As much as we would like to play baseball every day and every night of our history-born lives, this opportunity only comes once a week to enjoy the true nature and fruits of our labor that is the Mario Mania League. It has been a glorious and adventurous and outstanding 6 weeks of intense competition from one team to the next. Newcomers, veterans, and many others have brought their true best of the best to see what it had to take to get their shot at not only the GM's payment bonus of $100 physical, but more importantly, the chance to be Season 2 of the Mario Mania League's World Series champion. Hello, everybody. Welcome. It is me, Jordan B. It is a pleasure to be here once again for you, your general manager, your fellow connoisseur of the Mario Mania League arts, a adventurous man that has gotten to see a lot of great and amazing talent from all 8 of our GMs this season. Thank you so much for your participation, for your hard work, for your efforts. It has been a truly memorable season. But with that in mind, we have some big matchups coming out for us here tonight. To name just a few, let's talk about the fact that we right now have the Glitzville Glamours facing off against Goon Squad to start us off. A conference matchup, while not necessarily making heavy implications to the standings, may be a lot of potential output. But what I want to focus on particularly is 2 specific matchups here tonight that could be World Series contenders. That's right. The 4 spots in each, the 2 spots in each conference, 4 total, have already been guaranteed based on the retrospective records. So tonight we may have 2 of our 4 matchups end up being future World Series contender matchups. Star Road Superstars against Ohio, Wildwoods One-Uppers against the New York Mets, and the Pillow Island Dreamers, and Ceresland Sandstorm is going to wrap us up here for tonight. Let's make a quick cut to our friends over here at the standings and check out what craziness is happening over there. They're not going to move my transition, so I'll do it myself. Never mind. I figured out my buttons, chat. We did the things. Mushroom Kingdom had a dominating Star Road Superstars in their conference. A fun fact for those of you wondering where those 2 came from, week 1 of all things was where that defeat came from. Of all teams, the New York Mets were the same team, and they'll have a chance to claim vengeance on said team coming up here next week in their illustrious adventure and crown opportunity to potentially become World Series champions. 13-2 after that, a 13-game win streak has truly been unparalleled. But they are not top of the board when it comes to run differential. That actually goes to the Wildwoods One-Uppers, who have had a stupendous season so far in how they have truly prepped themselves for the moment of success in defeating, their fellow competitors last week in Ohio, as that matchup was sincere and changed. Actually, not Ohio, the Goon Squad, who then ended up landing a major run differential as a part of their break of ties. They're not on top of the conference, but they are on top of the record rankings as of last week. So a lot of things to look forward to, just like we always have it here. I think in general, there's going to be a lot of immense excitement to see what we're going to bring up here tonight. And it's just me in the booth here tonight. As you can clearly tell, we have a couple of breaking news updates that we are going to update you on here momentarily with regards to our fellow co-commentator, co-conspirator, and adventurer. They like to call him Acorns. We like to call him, chat, let's just kind of be honest with ourselves here. He's actually missing yet again. It looks like I gotta fire my production guy. Hold on 1 second. Looks like we accidentally replaced the news graphic with something else. That is a good reminder, though. All-Star voting is live, and you can check us out over here at our Discord. I can play with Discord to check out the link to be able to vote. We're going to go ahead and pin that in the channel, so make sure you guys have the chance to enjoy said voting capabilities. Voting will close the end of this upcoming weekend, Saturday, 11:59 p.m. So if you have not seen it yet, I hope that you do get a chance to check it out, because in my opinion, it is tremendously important that we get a chance to check out some of the illustrious excitement that's going to be there. Let's fix this up correctly And I think that's going to be much better. Okay, let's go ahead and take a quick look at our breaking news. Chat, I don't know how to explain this to you all, but for some goddamn reason, somebody keeps stealing acorns. So with that in mind, I've escalated this to the FBI. That is correct. The Federal Bureau of Investigations is currently looking into this particular situation because it's clear to me that something is out of my grasp and something serious is going on here. There's been alleged rumors of Lightning McQueen. There's been alleged rumors of Bowser. There's been alleged rumors of tax evasion by Yoshi. Actually, that's not alleged. They actually did confirm that part. But it is terrifying, all the things that have been happening here in the Mario Mania League. It is unbelievable. As your fellow GM and manager of said great adventures, I hope that we can fix this up immediately because Mr. Acorns is a valued and loved member here of the LUFC community. And on top of that, in this commentary booth, we can confirm he signed a disclosure, so he can't sue us for it. But that's about all that I can really say for right now on the matter. So best of luck. Prayer hand emojis for Mr. Acorns, and hopefully makes a speedy recovery, as we're going to have some pretty big moments that he's going to be missing on tonight. And we're sad to see him not here, but you got to do what you got to do. And by what that I mean, I don't know. Frickin' I thought that Nutman was going to be here, and all of a sudden I got another ransom letter at my door. So it's another Monday for me. Anyway, let's see what we can bring to the table as we get our next set of matches up to roll. As to mention here before, tonight's matchups have some pretty large opportunities, as we have the Week 6 matchups of Glitzville Glamours and Goon Squad, Star Road Superstars in Ohio, Wildwoods One-Uppers, and the New York Mets, and finishing it off with the Pillow Island Dreamers and Ceresaland Sandstorm. If you're new here, welcome. It is me, Jordan B., part of Level Up for Charity, an organization built on helping one another beat sickness to the next level in various ways, and typically most of them involving a form or adventure therein for gaming. So we're going to get our first set of matches ready to go. The Glamours show to be ready and on the field. We're going over to Mario Stadium to get our first matchup underway here for the night. We hope that you're excited, because I sure am for my adventures. Let's go ahead and head on over to the baseball field. Looks like somebody didn't put the cap back on the screen. There we go. As stated by our residential expert, it is time to play ball indeed. Matchups are going to be fairly consistent to last week's roster count. No big major shifts or changes. Trade deadline has already passed, so nothing major that we should expect to run into for this upcoming week. Good left center gapper to Wario. Is going to send Waluigi over to third base. An excellent spot. Good leadoff choice. If you remember, the Glitzville Glamours decided to put Wario and Waluigi toward the bottom of their lineup at the beginning of the season, and you can clearly see the fruits of their labor pay off. Looking to tag home. This might be a tough one at the plate. He's going to turn back. It's looking a bit tough, but he's going to get there just in time. They're not going to force 2 outs on that one. And our boy Vito. Look what they did to our boy, fellow Goon Squad adventurer himself. See what Vito can bring to the table. He's at a 425 batting average so far. A home run to his name, in addition to a triple and a double. Nice move, nice use of the power is going to force a run scored, and Vito is going to be able to land onto first base as a result of that. Critter. He's got that one launched high, but not deep. It's going to go to warning track for May to be able to retire the side. First strike goes to the Goon Squad, thanks to that big move. But we're going to see what the Glitzville Glamours can return with. We're going to have Red Pianta starting us off. And chat, this is a big day today. Last week of the season. Make sure to tell us all of your favorite adventures from this past season, ranging from having numerous kidnappings of Mr. Acorns to the alleged kidnapping, or let me rephrase, of the fight that took place between Rumton and Lightning McQueen, and then finishing that with many, many other crazy adventures, including 4 back-to-back home runs in a row. Game-winning Denny's for week 1. Many, many exciting things. I've been given specific direction to not bring him up. Diving play from Green Critter is just going to be short on crossing to first. So we go to 2 outs, and Fire Bro last week, monumental to the team's success here for the Glitzville Glamours, but just not enough to make a strong conversion. And we're going to move on here and see what the top of the first, Dina the Dinosaur, is up next to the plate. Nice line drive and a bad error because they were possibly dodging the fire. Unclear, but nonetheless, it's going to carry an extra base because of it. Dino the Dinosaur starts off with a leadoff double for top of the second. Nice short shot. Red Shy Guy's not getting to it in time, but good jump and maybe too greedy. Didn't turn to third with that ball, so lucky to stay at third. No outs. Dina in scoring position as we bring Boo up to the plate now. And a tough jumping play is going to force 2 outs on that. Lucky to keep their player at third, though. And let's see what Green Shy Guy can bring to the table. 361 batting average so far. A home run to their name. Not too many people on this list necessarily have zeros. Although, of course, as I say that, I start to see a lot more zeros. Coincidentally, that's about the same way that the Wildwoods 1-uppers have felt in the amount of shutouts that they've had in Mercy rules this previous season, thanks to their run differential. Back to the top of the lineup, Waluigi's going to ground out and send that to second. Another run goes for the Goon Squad. It's had a bit of a rough outing so far on the bats. This may be their chance to shine. Again, remember, Goon Squad 3-12 right now. Glitzville Glamours 4-11. So realistically, this outcome is really more to find out who's in third by the end of this whole shebang. Glitzville Glamours having a game up. It's going to take Goon Squad 2 games at the very least, because the conference record does go into the advantage of Bowser Conference. And of course, you can vote for the fellow Green Critter as your shortstop all-star extravaganza. Again, all positions are open to vote for. They're just categorized by conference. Check out the forum that was listed by Rumpton in the chat. We're going to make sure to copy that and make that a command so it's even easier for you guys to see. Here we go. Oh, nope, that was dumb. I forgot the whole AdCom part. Disregard me. Watching 2 straight pass for Toadette. And another diving play thanks to Green Critter. Saves it yet again. Another Easter egg to the Glitzville Glamours scoreboard. Going 2-3-4 for the upcoming batting lineup. And indeed looking to see if Wario time means to crush this thing out of the park. Only 2 home runs this season, surprisingly, for our fellow Goon Squad member. And he's going to continue to struggle behind the plate, as that one is going to be an easy line drive thanks to Red Pianta. Good base hit from Luigi. He's going to get things started with 1 out. Ground ball. Vito is going to be able to get at least first base, but the raggle, taggle, whatever you want to call it, for his fire scheme is not going to get it in time. Top of the third. 0-1 the count to get things going, and another long shot. Ball's carrying to right center. They're going to need to get to this just in time, and they're going to be able to execute as that goes over to May once again over in center field. Another potential candidate for the All-Star selection here at the Mario Mania League. Reminder, this is going to be the Mushroom Kingdom versus the Bowser Kingdom. That's going to be our starting method. 9-inning game, all-star adventures, celebrity GMs, and the whole like. Follow that with the conference championships and the World Series the week after that. Hope that you're ready. Because I have to admit, I personally am extremely excited about it. And a little bit of fake news in the Twitch chat. Squidward misses nobody. He's really changed a lot since COVID. Bottom of the third. No outs, 2 on. And a great shot from May. Was going to nail it off the wall, but not to be able to stay fair. Another big power shot's going to land that to right center. There goes Red Pianta to score 1. This might be a big play for Dark Drybones. He's not going to get there in time. He's going to have to turn around. And they don't turn it in time. It's going to force May to, with an easy double, leave him at third base, but not without another run scored. Here comes Fire Bro. Charging up, looking to have his moment in the sun. Bit of a bad clang of the bat on that one. You hate to see it. Especially because Mario Stadium brings a ton of opportunity for home runs. Even Fire Bro has scoring in 2 of his own last week was quite a significant deal. 9 home runs on the season so far for him. One of the top 20 batting averages here in the league. But that double play is going to wrap things up, but not without a run scored. Halves the current lead by the Goon Squad as we go to the top of the 4th, 2-1. Nice pitch inside, starts things out thanks to Callie. And a short floater over to right center is going to get things started for Dina the Dinosaur. Dina, of course, fairly new, has been sitting the bench for quite some time for Goon Squad. Wait a minute. That ball's carrying high and deep. Dark Drybone's got to get there in time. They do, just barely at the last possible moment. What a huge play thanks to Dark Drybone's Gray Shy Guy almost had, I believe it was his first home run of the season. Yes, actually, that would have been his first home run of the season. Once again, robbed. You know, as you know that you're not going to be competing in the conference championships, I totally respect, well, honestly, that they're giving it their all for this last game. An easy double play thanks to Fire Bro's jumping catch. We're going to the bottom of the 4th, and who I consider to be a fairly clutch hitter is going to be batting second in this lineup. Weird Al Yankovic, who's had some pretty crazy moments here this season on his stellar batting performance. Wario with a good jumping play. He's going to get out number 1. Watch the first one pass by. Tails out to the right on a strike. Bit inside. Thought that could have potentially been a ball. 0-2 the count now. Bit of smoke. Oh, but Green Critter. Once again, all critters are basically eligible for potential shortstop all-star players. Quite a cool set of selections so far. Bet 8 responses so far from all of you wonderful people. Keep it up and do continue to vote and submit. As a fun fact, there is a tie right now for first base for the Mushroom Kingdom. I won't say who yet because I don't want to sway votes, but if you're curious and you're concerned, you may want to start getting your votes in. With a charged shot from Green Shy Guy, just like it was said in the chat. Yeah, they are absolutely looking for their shot, and they might get that. That's going all the way back. Gets it just past the foul line, and that's going to stay fair for a solo shot from Green Shy Guy. What a way to wrap things up for the season for him. As a fun fact, Green Shy Guy, that is not his first one. That's his second one here of the season. Green Shy Guy with a big popper out there. And actually, keeping on the All-Star conversation, fun fact, in the Mushroom Kingdom, there is a 4-way tie for the catcher right now. So please do get your votes in because they will matter very, very soon. Over in Bowser Kingdom, I'm sure you're looking for their chance. It's looking like it's a fairly controlled part. Actually, funny enough, I do kind of feel for some of these guys. Is that another one carrying out of here? It's going deep. They got to get up, and they managed to just in the nick of time. It looked like it was going to carry, but nope, doesn't need to happen. They get a good out of that one. Yeah, Dax, you actually missed a pretty sincerely big moment as we did see a green Shy Guy just jack one over the left field fence. Right center. Nice shot. It's going to land. It goes to Wario. He's going to sit over at third thanks to that nice shot from Vito to get things started off. The devious laugh from Critter tells me he's ready to go, and sure enough, that is carrying far. They got to get there just in time, and thank goodness that was a full sprint from May, or otherwise that could have been disaster for the Glitzville Glamours. Rumpton admitting that we are actually running this game in slow motion. Actually, fun fact, we're running this at 0.75 right now, Rumpton. Short drive for Toadette is going to land him on base for first. I probably do, honestly, Type, if you've watched it. Nice shot, but right into the hands of green Shy Guy. Commits to first out. Let's see what with dark Dry Bones is going to be able to bring. And that's not going to land. Going to go to Vito over in center field. Bringing this moment up for May to see what they can bring. Shot's going to go right at green Critter, and that was a 1-2-3, bottom of the fifth. And that's going to knock things from there, so first game underway. So see who's going to be our unveiled MVP from that, which I guess would make total sense. The fact that green Shy Guy hit a home run in the first place is still a miracle. The fact that he's done it twice this season, I don't know. Kind of just blows my mind if I'm going to be really honest with you. Kind of caught me off guard, but hey, you know what? Sometimes that's exactly what it's for. All right, prepping up for next game. Game number 2 is going to be starting up in just a few minutes, chat. But don't forget, we're going to keep plugging it because we want to keep reminding you that upcoming here tonight, we have the potential World Series matchups in the Star Road Superstars versus Ohio. The Wildwoods One-Uppers against the New York Mets is approaching us in just a short bit. So we hope to see you there for the illustrious adventures. Possible World Series previews will be taking place there. It's going to be quite a banger of a time, quite an adventure to enjoy tonight. And of course, it's always an enjoyable adventure to be here with all of you wonderful people. Thanks for tuning in, being a part of such a fun and illustrious adventure that is the Mario Mania League. Next game is shown to be ready to go, so let's get ready to rock and roll as Dina the Dinosaur takes center stage at the mound. And let's see what we can do with Red Pianta up to the plate. Another short hop for Vito is going to get Red Dry Bones on to base first. And up here is May. He's had a very, very positive season so far here in center field. Maybe not so much on the bats per se, but there's nothing to scoff at though. Still had a pretty good and reliable season for them. And And hopefully, speaking of reliability, we're going to see what Firebow can bring. Talked about his 9 home runs already, but a .558 batting average coming into this upcoming series. And another tough luck adventure for Firebow is going to land this with a quick 1-2-3. Goon Squad looking to see if they can have the fellow brothers have a little fun up there at 1-2-3. No step outside. Waluigi looking at an 0-2 count. Thinks it right over the center. Kind of an easy op for Waluigi to take that out to the opposite side of the field. Wario watching the first one pass along. And it's not going to let 2 through. That's going to be a pretty easy double play. Nice fire performance from Firebow. As we go to Luigi, robbed of a home run already this series. And yet another one goes over to Firebow, looking to just hold everything within the palm of his fiery hands. Coming up next, we've got Red Shy Guy, Birdo, and Weird Al to start us off on the lineup. Red Shy Guy has a bit of a tough season so far. Only a single, and I'm just going to make sure I said this correctly, a single to his name and a single double to his name. It feels like I'm at Whataburger, but I don't know how to order properly. But not ordering properly may just be the key. This ball is carrying high, and they're going to have to get up just in time. That thing had more than enough hang time to get Vito over there. And Birdo, probably thinking they had a shot to get this one out of here, just left it hanging on the edge. Vito, of course, out there to help his boy, Green Shy Guy. What happens when you're part of the Italian Mafia? You do become family. Weird Al is looking to bunt this one, potentially maybe a sack bunt to advance the runner. We'll have to see. Oh, that ball just barely carrying the line goes foul. Now what probably should have happened is a base hit is not going to happen for Weird Al. Looked like it was definitely going to be there, but probably the 5th double or diving play from Green Critter for this game. And Toadette with a long shot is not going to be enough. Easy grabs for Green Shy Guy. And we're going to take ourselves over to the bottom of the second. Vito, of course, sending the signal. In fact, you know, I just realized something, chat. We literally have a mob boss here. Why am I thinking that Lightning McQueen is attached to it? Vito could be attached to this. You know what? I'm not going to accuse him. What I'm going to do is just see this thing carry far and wide directly into the Red Shy Guy's hands over there in left field. Opposite ball is going to work for Green Critter. As that solo shot is a big impact for the Goon Squad, who strike first yet again. Dino is just going to get that one in front of Dark Drybones. Close. Not close enough was that one. Understandable. He might have also hired somebody else, Dax. Actually, you're kind of bringing some really good facts. Backhanded from Firebro is going to land an easy 6-4-3 double play. We retire the side, and not before at least the first run is scored of the game. Cali, Red Pianta, Dark Drybones to start us off for the top of the third. Now, we usually talk a lot about the adventures of pitching staff so far. Dina actually not bringing a strikeout to their name, but also, importantly, not a walk. In fact, a bit of a fun fact here, chat, in case you were curious. The strikeouts category is belonging to, well, Birdo and Wiggler as the top 2 pitchers for the season. Makes total sense based on what they bring. But other than that, nobody's gotten double digits in terms of strikeouts this season. It's been a fairly strong offensive performance from everybody so far. Ooh, maybe looking to see if they can stay on first, and they sure will. 452 batting average for them with no home runs. And here comes home run number 2. Green Shy Guy up to the plate. And looking to maybe repeat. Hold on a second. That ball's going high. And just off of the warning track. Green Shy Guy once again almost landing home run number 3 to this season for him. Big base hit from Waluigi. Powell's going to potentially not extend a run. Looked like it was potential. And just stated from our residential garlic man, Wario time is here. And it's here to give Fire Bro another 6-4-3 double play. Tough ground out. Quick synergy has been a key to success for a lot of teams this season. I don't have the statistic on me, but there's been quite a lot of double plays this season. Diving play once again from Green Critter. Just has the lock when it comes to that just little spot right there. You think it's going to make it down the middle. Who cares? It's Green Critter. He's going to take that one away from you. Fire Bro once again just can't convert today. Not quite sure what is going on. Might not have gotten his pregame meal that he wanted. Diving play, thanks to Green Shy Guy. Hasn't been much of a conversation here at second base, but definitely worth the conversation after that. Bottom of the 4th is coming up. Goon Squad with a 1-run lead, looking to see if they can claim a little insurance. Ball is going to disappear, lead to a Luigi double thanks to that performance. He's rounding second. He almost got a little too greedy on that one. Too early on the first swing. Makes Vito 0-1 for the count. And a ball just shot right at Vito. Lucky to not make the call to throw it to third. And we'll see if this is going to be 2 runs scored with Green Critter up to bat. Nice base hit is going to cinch this one, although Luigi a little too careless on the base running, and he's lucky to stay at third after that run. Dina the dinosaur looking for their destiny. And that destiny is to... Wow! Heads up play from Red Pianta is going to just knock out Luigi at home plate. Good shot, but not enough, as Red Shy Guy was there just in time. The band of Level U2 Smiles out in the crowd are looking excited. So we go to the top of the 5th and the last shot for the Goodsville Glamours. Very early charge from Berto is going to end up paying off. Right center. Going to be a good single to get things started out for them. Strike 1 goes the count. There goes 1 and on to 2. But look like a promise of hope is now in the arms of Toadette, who we have determined has a #1 fan this season in Waffle. And as much as Waffle has continued to believe it's much similar to your belief in Santa Claus, they're not real. By not real, I mean they're having a tough time here on the bats. It's going to be another one that we wrap up here. Series is going to go to Goon Squad, and thanks to that, it's going to make them... looks like we're getting some live updates from the board. Thank you for that, Type. I see that you're out here in the spreadsheet. 4-13 for Glitzville Glamours. 5-13 now for the Goon Squad. I think that's correct. No, that's not. That's 17. That's 18. You're probably just making live updates, and I'm impatient. With that, though, Goon Squad could get one more win, and they could potentially clinch this for them and not be last place, which is quite a destiny right now for them, more than anything else. More than deserving for that solo shot, that just zinger that came from Green Critter. Giving them their props where it is due. Game 2 game has been uploaded, and we're going to get the next one ready to go. But chat, if you are enjoying the Mania League, consider subscribing to us here over on YouTube. You can check out the whole playlist from last season and this season as a part of your special bonus. You'll get a chance to check out some of the winners, some of the losers, and exciting adventures that we've gotten to enjoy with one another. So please do consider enjoying it and being a part of such a fun journey that it has been here for the Mania League. Game 3 is coming up here. Game that's really the main stake here is just who is going to be last. Don't know if anybody's checked on Froggy Dojo. I've seen Pisano here in the chat. What I have seen so far is a load of crazy, as now Game 3 is ready to go. We are going to get underway as the players take the field. Callie, of course, having a fairly decent pitching season for us so far. And that ball just trying to tail enough. It's not going to do it, though. It's Waluigi, who's been one of the top performers for batting average this season. He's going to struggle on that one. Nice shot just over the head of Fire Bro, and a tough miss from Red Shy Guy. Does not lead to extra bases, though. Let's see what Luigi can bring to the table now. As that ball is going to go into the fiery hands of Fire Bro for a double play. And just like that, Game 3 starts out with an emphatic 1-2-3. And the Glitzville Glamours do have a glimmer of hope. Right center gap yet again. Good for Pianta to succeed. Gets on to first base to get things started. Bottom of the first. That ball is going quite high for Dark Drybones. Should be a fairly easy one to pick off. And sure is, as Vito is going to get that one in right center. It looked good, but just had more than enough time. I mean, frankly, you could have probably watched our 24-hour stream over on YouTube. By the way, youtube.com/@levelupfc by the time that we would have finished all this up. May is going to put that one right in for Vito for out number 2. Fire Bro, as we've stated before, has had a very rough outing today, especially when his team has needed him the most. It's kind of like Jared Goff yesterday for the Detroit Lions. 2 outs, gets a nice line drive right over to the right field line, and that's going to extend Red Pianta to third. And all it's going to take is a base hit to finally score first in this illustrious series between the Goon Squad and Glitzville Glamours. But it's a tough shot as he shoots, well, Fire Bro, actually, instead of Gray Shy Guy. Timing's just a bit off. Team's just a bit off right now, seeing if they'll make a bounce back, though. And our fellow mob boss, professional himself, Vito, is going to launch that star power right to left center field. Once again, left center. Green Critter is going to get robbed by Red Shy Guy. Thanks to that one. And a nice shot from Green Critter, but just puts that right into the pocket of Red Shy Guy. It's been a big differentiator this season is that the players have had such sensational speed and excellent synergy. It doesn't really matter where you throw it at, as long as they're able to work with each other and get there just in time. But what isn't in time there is Fire Bro, as that one's going to be a base hit for Dina. Just like the stats say, this is Gray Shy Guy's chance for an RBI. Ooh, a bit of a burnt behind is going to stack the bases. The moment is here for Boo. Only one out. Maybe getting a little too excited to ask for the pasa. Wow! Red Pianta just stopping the run. What a insane play. Ghost and everything manages to catch it in time. What a shot. Green Shy Guy also going to get robbed. Unfortunate for them. 2 outs. Makes it number 3 from Firebro. Thanks to that one. And Goon Squad had their chance, but were robbed just shy. Birdo is going to get things started for the Glitzville Glamours. Fellow team captain looking to see if they can maybe rally the troops and give them an opportunity to succeed. Bit of a grounder from Weird Al is going to be tough, as that does nullify the base hit that came from Birdo. Right center shot is looking good for Callie to stay out there. Toadette, nice base hit, is going to be a good one. Once again, where's Waffle? Notice how Toadette is conveniently doing pretty good when Waffle is not here. Conspiracy? I think so. Feel it in your chats right now. Star shot doesn't pay off for the pitcher, so that's going to be just in time to keep it there for bases loaded. Tried to get one over the fence earlier. Opting for a good base hit just over Green Critter once again. And Vito's looking to secure that one. 2 runs come in. Glitzville Glamours on top after 2 runs scored. Yeah, big help that just narrowly hit over Green Critter's head. He's usually been pretty good about getting bases like that, but not this time around. And a split looked really good. Looked like it was gonna pass Green Critter, but that last second dive is the difference maker, where that could have been a lot worse. 2-0 for the Glitzville Glamours as they go back to the top of the lineup to get things started, top of the 3rd. Just like that, Waluigi doing what Waluigi has done this whole season. Get a couple good base hits and help out his team. See if Wario can step in. Slugging percentage was there until last week and the week before. He's had a pretty tough stretch to really get a zinger out there. But hey, we'll take a little contact as first and second now stack up for the moment to shine for Luigi. Had a robbed home run earlier today. And this time it is not going to be a robbed home run, but instead it's going to chuck the bases full for an opportunity. An opportunity that our fellow Italiano mafioso may look to see what he can do, but instead ends up being a double play. It's a little fortunate though. Waluigi will stay over at 3rd. And Green Critter. Green Critter, of course, 3 home runs to his name. It's not going to make it number 4. Send a line out to Red Pianta with another big play. Goon Squad, yet again, having the opportunity in their grasp, letting it go just a little bit too soon. And Fire Bro just looking to get something to happen. This time around is just once again back at the warning track. Now it's up to Red Shy Guy. Shot right to Green Critter just in time. Coming up here is Birdo. Starts off the lineup. Jump narrowly avoided. And a POW probably should and will expand this to a double for Birdo. And another big moment and a big opportunity for Weird Al. Looking to see if they can get a bit of extra insurance to their team. Star Shot off of Green Critter along with the banana is going to potentially extend it. And yep, that's going to do it. Birdo is going to score run number 3. Star Power just helping enough to get out of the grasp of Green Critter just in time. Not what you hope for if you're part of the Goon Squad. The run differential you were slowly climbing out of is looking more and more like you're going to bury back into it. Just to provide a live update, I believe these statistics right now: 4-13, Glitzville Glamours 5-12, Goon Squad 2-6, tied at the conference record. Realistically, the run differential is their main difference right now, I believe, is the math. Actually, I'll correct myself on this one. What will come down to the tiebreaker is literally this game. Conference record is currently tied at 2-6 for each team, meaning somebody is going to go 3-6 and also 2-7. Battle for third as we go into game 3. Top of the 4th inning. 2 outs. Green Shy, base hit, not going to get past the grasp of Fire Bro. And with that little bit of plug walk he's got coming, bottom of the 4th. And this is looking great for the Glitzville Glamours. Short shot out to right, lands directly over to Green Shy Guy for Toadette to start things off. Not really a lot that they need to do on the offensive scale. So far, this game has not produced a lot of offense that has been true to nature, so I would imagine these 3 runs should be enough. And finally, Dina going into bottom of the 4th is finally getting a bit exhausted. Short shot, Green Shy Guy, second time, but POW is going to hold him. Doesn't matter, though. Grounder to Green Critter. Sends it over to second base for the wrap-up. 3 outs. 1, 2, 3. And speaking of, we go 1, 2, 3, top of the lineup for the Goon Squad. In my opinion, if you wanted their lineup to really stack up and look awesome, this would be the time to do so. Just like was stated here in the chat, Type does make a good point. This is indeed the Captain Rally. And indeed, we've said it several times today, Wario time has not meant a whole lot, but it could mean something huge. That ball's getting up high and deep, but robbed thanks to Dark Dry Bones just in time. Waluigi's going to trail back to first, but Wario finally looking to have a sign of life there in the outfield. Unfortunately, there is plenty of life out there. It is the equivalent of being awake since 4 a.m. These guys out here in the right center. Interesting choice. Looks like Luigi's trying to make the bunt to advance Waluigi to the next base. And it's not going to pay off. 2 straight misses. And a base hit likely would have been the original plan. Gets both of them on to first and second. A big moment for a big man himself, Vito. as they have the top of the 5th and looking to extend it. That's going to be a nice base hit. And we've got one very close to the plate, but not enough to convert. Waluigi is going to get there in time thanks to that play. Line drive from Vito is going to score 1, leaving another one at third for the right chance to shine. The battle for third, as we said before, chat, is looking to get pretty aggressive, especially because we've got a pretty big player up next. Already got a home run to their name, maybe stacking up to beat 2 if the players just play right. Green Critter trying to put this one back into the swamp. Line drive. Oh no! Red Shy Guy, critical error and mistake. That's gonna kill him because that's gonna be 2-3 because of it. And another base hit for Green Critter. Just off of the glove. Not quite sure what was in that said glove, but it looked like it was nothing but a Butterfinger as we go to a fairly old reliable pitcher in Birdo. Again, there's only one out, but plenty of star power to use for Birdo. As you can see, one of the deadliest pitches. Again, leading the league in strikeouts, even though they've been a starting pitcher in recent time. And unfortunately, the conversion of the pitch is just enough for Dina the Dinosaur to land a line drive to Fire Bro and a double play. And there you have it. The committed Glitzville Glamours are going to be your league champions. And by that I mean they're in third place. Just so we're clear, they have not won any championships. They just got in third. And thanks to a big surge from Dark Dry Bones' batting capabilities, we see a good level of success. And game 3 is in the books, and that will likely be the last time unless you vote for them in your great adventures of the Mario Mania League. You can still vote for them over the All-Stars at ! All-Stars if you want to enjoy that adventure. We're going to be getting our next game ready to go, which is going to be a big deal, chat. Again, we have, well, I would say, again, a World Series preview, potentially, if things play out correctly. Again, we've got the Star Road Superstars. Once again, a 13 game win streak. To understand that, chat, they have won every single game from week 2 to week 5. They have stomped everybody possible in their lineup. They have ate and left no crumbs. In fact, they took your crumbs and your dinner along with that same scope. The standings tell it all. 13-2. Of course, there's only been one that's been there. And we got a raid from Sivas. I don't know why I didn't give me the notification, but thank you. Yes, indeed. From Frank's exact words, do not crumb. Indeed. As per my contractual obligation, I am required to play the following song to prepare you all with a major moment here. In case you're wondering why that is the case.
Best state, Ohio shape, mental state, Ohio shape, my car shape, Ohio shape, Ohio shape. That's great. Best state, Ohio shape, mental state, Ohio shape, my car shape, Ohio shape, Ohio shape. That's great. Square tray, Wyoming tray. Best shape, Ohio tray. Your face, shit face, my face, Ohio shape. Every day, Ohio day. Whey protein, Ohio whey. Cow protein, Ohio steak, Ohio cow. That's great. Best state, Ohio shape.
Now, in case you're wondering who was my pick for this one, Star Road Superstars 3-0. All right, now that we got that clarified, we're going to get that next game prep for you as the Mario Mania League Season 2 final week of our escapade is going underway in just a moment. Thought I was having a stroke for a second? No. And yes, Daffy, that is very true. They are the team that crumbled to the Pillow Island Dreamers, who will be facing up as the last matchup in conference tonight for the determination of who is in third place for them. Good observation for that. But what they haven't done is disappoint. Here we go. Some reason clicking a button has messed up something. Bear with me, chat. We got you a second. Let's enjoy. Let's enjoy our mental shape.
Ohio shape. That's great. Best state. Ohio shape. Mental state. Ohio shape. My car shape. Ohio shape. Ohio shape. That's great. That's great. Ohio shape. Shape like Ohio. I'm fucking excited. Eat food. Ohio place. Stone roof. Ohio slate. Not pate. Ohio pate. Not flambe. Ohio flame. Move my piece. Ohio game. Horse head. Ohio Maine. Big cow. Ohio made. Small cow. Ohio.
There we go. What a way to start this thing out. And indeed, what a way to start this thing out. This ball's carrying high and deep. Funky Kong nowhere in sight. First pitch. Blue Pianta with an exclamation point. He says, I don't give a shit about Ohio shape. His shape is past the wall on this one. Wow. That's how you start. You thought the commentator was biased? Well, yeah, go shove it. Because now at this point, this is looking to be quite a crazy set. And another base hit from Mario is going to get things started. Star Rose Superstars, quite an adventurous start for them. We're going to get a prediction for this one, chat. More than worth it for your channel points. Dump in as much or as little as you want to, but if you're me, dump in a lot. Sands, seeing if he understood the assignment. Grounder, diving play from Brown Critter is going to be fortunate to wrap this thing up, but not before quite the start to this one. Star Road Superstars making the first dent. Prediction, again, as I said, chat. Thank you, Type. Set outcome is live. And a little bit of an inverse proportion to this one. Grounder, or excuse me, line drive to Boomerang Bro is going to get us started. Boomerang Bro almost landing two of them to get us started. BBDK getting on base, though. Leaving the door open for what I believe canonically is his sister. I don't actually know the chronology of the Donkey Kong franchise. I'd have to do some homework on that one, if especially they make it into the World Series. Out number 2. Thanks to Starfire in center. But our big, beefy man, Donkey Kong, arguably the MVP of last season. 9 home runs to their name, looking to make it 10. The train is going to push Purple Toad away. And just like that, they said, you scored 1, we scored 2. Mental shape, Ohio shape. I think I just had a stroke saying that as loud as I did. Please, somebody come check in on me. I'm kidding. I'm actually kidding. I'm fine. Nice line drive from Brown Critter to get started once again on the 2-out rally. Started by Donkey Kong. And of course, this DK, Brown Critter, and Funky Kong lineup has led to a back-to-back-to-back in this season. But not today. They'll just land on base for a chance at Jimmy Neutron to have his fellow Brain Blast. Might actually do so. That ball is carrying high. Train's gonna need to bail him out. Doesn't do so. Jimmy Neutron almost getting his first home run of the season by that one. Like I said, chat, well, of course, this is a non-conference matchup, and both teams are a guarantee for the playoffs. We are watching what potentially could be monumental baseball. Two of the top teams facing off against each other. We'll go to the top of the second. Glances by for strike 1. DK's barrels had a fairly good success rate, but a bad success rate as that POW, while it did hit Blue Toad, was just enough to still force the single. Bad throwing error. Yes, we still count it as an error even if they get POW'd to death. But an easy escape strategy as Brown Critter is going to land that one in his grasp. Once again, another great candidate at shortstop. Bit of a quick pat as we hear "no" in the background. Ellsworth is okay, we can confirm. And the Star Road Superstars looking like they may potentially be down for now. Ball is going to go right past Boomerang Bro, and quite an interesting decision to go to first like that, but not in time. Go to Beef Boss, then back to the top of the lineup. Beef Boss, not a lot to really write to his name this season, and that's going to continue to be the same conversation. 308 batting average, 7 singles, and an RBI to his name. Meanwhile, if we talk about Diddy Kong's had a bit of fortune. Lucky to land that on the line just like that, and maybe a little too risky. Never mind. Ellsworth's speed is better than we anticipated. Baby DK with a runner on second and third, looking for their chance to shine. Grounder, Blue Pianta goes 1 over to 2. We're going to change sides with no runs scored. However, it is going to be a scary situation because you will have to deal with at least DK and Brown Critter on the turnaround. Here comes Starfire. Bringing their Tamarinian skills. Not able to get there fast enough, though. And we all got to sip on a Grimace Shake last week, I believe, with a nice home run from him. This time, it's going to be a good base hit over to right center. Base hit single, gives it up. And there's an actual Uncle Kong. Yes, fun fact, we call him Frank. It's about the same height as what baby DK looks like. Another scoreless inning for the Star Road Superstars. Stellar defense leads to some stellar opportunities over here. And like I said, actually correction, it's Dixie Kong, then Donkey Kong. TK, already 1 home run to his name, 2 runs scored. Trying to see if he can carry on his team in a fair fashion. Interesting choice. Chucking it all the way from left field. Critter just looking to get a base hit as well. Donkey Kong will get there in time. So we charge the bases now for a possible 3-run shot from Funky Kong. We've been yo-yo-yo'd, and that's going back. He might have it. No, he's got it. It's out of here. Just in time. Funky Kong is asking if you can feel the rhythm of the beat of Ohio Shape. One just narrowly evades the grasp of Starfire. 5-1. Chat. The Superstars have truly been the Superstars this season, and now we're talking about what the heck's going on. Some prediction updates. Star Road Superstar is shown as the favorite by votes, but the channel points go to Ohio. 41-49, or excuse me, 41-59. Star Road Superstar is actually not the favorite in this one. Quite an interesting outcome. Did not honestly expect that, especially for the reign of dominance that they have had so far. Coming up here, Beef Boss. Runners on first and second, 1 out. Bottom of the third. Blue Pianta converts for 1, 2, and that makes it out number 3. Bit of fair damage from Ohio. Never count your chickens before they hatch, though. The Star Road Superstars still have more than plenty of gas left in them. Hands the first one inside for strike one. Mario gonna get on to base hit single to get things started out for them. And of course, this is where you have to really give respect to the Star Road Superstars, because this has really been their play all this season. Diving play from Brown Critter does at least get one out. Doesn't convert two, but that's okay. Sands with a runner in scoring position now thanks to that. And a gapper passes Toadsworth just in time. Mario in a position to potentially score now with the right hit from Blue Toad. Nice shot, just unfortunate to get right into Funky Kong's hands, and tagged run from Mario looks like it did not succeed. So now we go 2 outs. Base hit is needed, is critical at this point, bordering for the Star Road Superstars. Another donk of a hit thanks to that great performance. Pitching has been interstellar. Ohio looking to maintain the said shape. Once again, seeing Donkey Kong in there. I know we haven't really talked about it very much this season, chat, but that is insanely cursed. Thank you to Type, who put together all the graphic assets for their teams. Actually, just in general to all the GMs who contributed heavily into this last season. That ball is going to land thanks to the train. Bit of stroke of good luck for Ohio. Baby DK watches the first one just grazed by their nose for ball one. And a good shot from Baby DK, avoids the pipe, and is going to be a double thanks to their great shot. And this is looking a bit dangerous here, chat. This has the potential to either stack up the bases or bring some runners home with the right moments. 0-2 the count. And they're going to look out for a little bit of heat right down the middle. Goes to Boomerang Throw. Makes it a double play. Diddy Kong does stay back at third, though. So they're down, but not out yet. Donkey Kong with a ball that carries far and wide. And that train is going to carry and delay it just far enough. It carries just over the edge by maybe an inch. Donkey Kong with the ball flying as high as you could possibly put it. But who cares? That ball actually literally hit the top, which by rule structure does mean it is a home run. It is not off the wall. Not very often you see that one, chat. Maybe looking to go back-to-back. Never mind, gonna be too short. Out number 3. But chat, we may be witnessing some pretty significant history. The longest win streak in the Mario Mania League is about to be snapped if the Star Road Superstars can't score 6 in the top of the 5th. Those of the GMs looking to potentially land into the World Series, if they are watching this right now and they have a shot against the Star Road Superstars, they may be asking themselves, is it worth it to potentially go to Yoshi Park? As a reminder, the GMs have a chance to choose their home stadium for their matchup. So the better rank will have the dominant set of games. So in a game 5, they'll have 3 times, and in a game 7, they'll have 4. And just like that, they go 1, 2, 3. We wrap things up. The best shape was indeed Ohio shape, as that's going to be the first time that the Star Road Superstars have lost since week 1. 6 weeks, a month and a half, have gone across. And Ohio just treated that like as if it was just a part of their regular Monday scheduled afternoon at Monday Mania. You know, it started out with an exclamation point. First pitch was a zinger, thanks to Blue Pianta. But unfortunate for them, that is not going to be enough, as that one run was all that they had to give. Crazy outcome, chat. We're going to get game 2 ready for us in just a moment. Chat, there has been some breaking news. Actually, let me rephrase, there's not been breaking news. That is incorrect. But I did also want to just remind everybody here that we do have the All-Star voting. That'll be happening up until this upcoming Saturday, November 22nd at 11:59 p.m. Again, that is going to be the Mushroom Kingdom versus Bowser Kingdom. If you had a favorite shortstop, second baseman, center fielder, pitcher, catcher, name the pair, you have a chance to vote. Many of the said lineups have already had some really great turnout over in the voting booth, so make sure to continue to do so. But otherwise, we hope that you'll enjoy the All-Star game coming up for us in the week from now. Along with that, will be the week that we start doing playoff games. Some big matchups in the best-of-5 series coming up for both teams in their major conferences. If you're missing out and wondering who we are talking about, we're actually referring to the Wildwoods 1-Uppers against Ohio in a Game 5 series. Star Road Superstars and the New York Mets. Of course, the important detail is that the Wildwoods 1-Uppers and Ohio could still change hands, technically, tonight, by who has home field advantage just by this matchup, which, you know, I don't think I was truly expecting to be talking about the shape of Ohio as much as we have been already tonight. Our game is ready to go. Both teams are looking for their chance to change up the trajectory of what happened in Game 1. For Ohio, for their opportunity to do it again. For Star Road Superstars, their chance to, well, get back on the board. Ball one's going to get us started. Diving play from Blue Pianta yet again. In my opinion, one of the better second basemen here of the league in terms of fielding. Want to know the count? Another first ball pitch for Yellow Pianta. Fires are just going to carry barely above the Pianta's head. And Dixie Kong going to finally break the streak and land a double thanks to that extra boo performance from her teammate Donkey Kong. And of course, speaking of DK, he's had 2 home runs today, 2 monumental scoring moments for the team. Nearly makes it 3. That ball was carrying easily out of here and into the stratosphere. That one also going to the stratosphere. Train's going to go just past, and I think they should have this one in the bag. They sure do. Good jump from both players to be able to get that one just in time. Had that train been there just a little bit sooner, that could have potentially been catastrophic. Big Easter egg for Ohio to get things started out as the Star Road Superstars are looking to reclaim their reign as such, the Superstars. Pop fly. It's going to go over to baby DK. And lucky that Funky Kong's able to help and give some support. Team Captain Mario. Of course, notorious in all Mario sports games as being the all-arounder. Mario this time around, all around, lining it to Funky Kong. And a bit of sauce and zest from Donkey Kong. That ball is just going to be a short hop past the second baseman, Toadsworth. Boomerang Bro starts us out with 2 outs, potential rally. Sans Undertale. Now his shot right at Funky Kong. And thought there could have been some potential, but instead we end the first inning with no score. Brown Critter, Funky Kong, and Jimmy Neutron up next to bat. That ball's going to carry right to the warning track. Train's going to pass by yet again. Second train is not going to hit him with this one, so that one's going to carry on. Out number 1. Our funktastic master, the grooviest of them all, Funky Kong with a left center shot to make it a single to get things started out. The train actually ends up getting a double combo, and he's rounding second. He's going to stay at second. And yes, he sure is, Rumpton. And you are as Funky Kong. You have the ability to air surf. You can hit some of the greatest breakdance moves of our generation. Alongside with that, be able to surf literally what he wants to. Gonna wrap that one up. Another scoreless top of the second for Ohio as we go to Blue Toad to get things started out for the Star Road Superstars. Again, some of the highest batting averages in the season have been thanks to the Star Road Superstars. And it looks like they are not going to carry that on, or they are going to be able to carry on that tradition because the Blue Toad is able to get on to first. Charging back, Yellow Pianta. Yellow Pianta, of course, no home runs to his name, but thanks to him, is going to be able to get a good base hit. First and seconds. Toad, Pianta, Toad. And a barrel of a time has led to some pretty good success. But this time, if the train's in, that could bail him out. Oh, wait, a minute. Thanks to some huge heads-up sniping, practically. That's going to be able to extend that play, make it a bases-loaded situation. And an item play worthy of a champion caliber team. Backhanded, it goes to one. There's two. They are going to score a run thanks to the bases loaded, but at least it's only one. 2 outs, though. Ball is going to get to Diddy Kong's glove just in time. We're going to switch on over, but first, run has been scored between the Ohio and Star Road Superstars. Coming up next, 8-9-1 on the batting lineup. Yellow Pianta surprisingly throwing a few more balls than is typically expected. Doesn't quite matter though. The great work from Boomerang Bro gets out number 1. Line drive for Beef Boss is going to get him on for first. Diddy Kong now up. Diddy Kong having a bit of a struggle here. 410 batting average, no doubles, but 16 singles to their name. Definitely enough to at least help him out, but not going to help there. Beef Boss looking to start something, but gets ended thanks to Diddy Kong. So here we go. Blue Pianta. See what their moments are going to bring. They're charging up already quite early. An important detail to note, Blue Pianta currently has the second highest batting average here in the league with 2 home runs, 26 singles, no doubles, no triples, 5 RBIs. It's definitely lived up to their moments on the team so far. Oh, unfortunate. A double play literally by just standing there from Timmy Neutron. And another hit from Boomerang Bro is going to land them onto first. Sans Undertale. Looking to try to go the genocide route. Doesn't succeed. It's going to end up staying passive as we get no runs scored on this one yet again. But that one run may be the difference maker because we've been holding Ohio pretty steady so far on the bases. Power charge from Baby DK. Not something we see very often. And sure enough, it's going to stay just like that. First out's drawn. We go to Dixie Kong now. Top of the 4. Boomerang Bro, yet again, bringing out the power of his boomerang capabilities. And Donkey Kong, all he truly needs is just one base hit to get things started. He sure does. It's going to land out in left center thanks to a good shot. And now it's open for Brown Critter to have his chance. Ball's gonna get just down in time and is just there in time Donkey Kong, fellow member of the DK family, who has scored a home run so far today. Charges back up. The yo is in place. That ball's going to get there if no train is in the way. It's going high, and an easy pickoff for Starfire in left center. No train in sight to bail him out this time. And it looks like the Star Road Superstars, with a one-run lead, may just have it in time. This is exactly what we were hoping for, chat. No 3-0s this time around. Game's got to be earned. So we go to the bottom of the fourth. Interestingly enough, Blue Toad with a shot out to the right. Bit of distance, but wouldn't have changed too much. There's a nice play from Toadsworth. It's going to be able to seal the deal on that, making out number one. Bit of a clang more than anything else, but thanks to... Oh, just not fast enough. The POW almost sealing the deal. Power charge from Purple Toad. Gonna pop that one high and far yet again, but nothing to do for that one. Diddy Kong once again in position. Jeez. Not throwing bombs at him. Leaving him scoreless yet again, but man, this is the last chance. And, you know, if I'm being honest, the Star Road Superstars probably have... We're hoping for this exact lineup. Jimmy Neutron has been a bit struggling behind the bats today. As soon as I say that, though, that's going to be at least a double. Rounding second. Hang on a second. Nope, makes the round back. Leadoff triple would have been scary, but instead we're going to get a leadoff double. Toadsworth now looking to see if he can keep this momentum going for his team. Once again, the number is 1. They need 1 run to be able to tie this back up. Wait a second! Toadsworth! Even with the boo, it's off of the wall! And I don't think Jimmy Neutron knew what to do, because I didn't know what to do in that circumstance. Beef Boss with no outs, first and second. Realistically, the only circumstance that could be absolutely major. See if he's able to put this one over the fence, but maybe not to get too greedy. First step is to get a good base hit, and they sure do. Bases are loaded. No outs. Diddy Kong up to the plate. Top of the first inning. Again, they will have a chance to retaliate if successful, and that's a double play. Kills the chance of a scoring run. An excellent heads-up play from Blue Pianta is going to be able to save them from a run. And they're going to try to steal home. No successful outcome, though. They might be able to run it yet again. We'll have to see. They are sure doing it. Bounces it off of the line. And a bit of a stupid play, if we're being realistic, because that bunt, while it was right in front of them, they had 2 outs. So maybe if it was one, that could have been opportune. But with 1 run scored, the Star Road Superstars come back and reclaim their victory. Win streak starts yet again. Star Road Superstars. Let's see who ended up making that at the end. Yes, Sands literally did just stand there, indeed. We're going to run that back. Game 3 is underway as we split the series so far between both teams. It has been quite an adventure so far. We'll see if they'll be able to maintain this one going into Game 3. Ohio striking early and striking hot with a 7-1 win. We'll have to see if they'll be able to recreate that success. They got stranded quite a lot out there on offense. It was kind of like watching the Buffalo Bills against the Miami Dolphins a couple of weeks ago. I only say that specifically to piss off Frank in the chat. Like, if we're just going to be really honest here for a second, that was a bad game. All right. That's all I got to say. Anyway, I could throw some other strays at the Detroit Lions, but then I think Taryn will come down and potentially just end stream if that's the case. So we're gonna play the peaceful card. Star Road Superstars versus Ohio is coming up here on Game 3. Big matchup coming underway. Plenty of channel points on both sides of the outcome. We'll see what they'll be able to do, because this is going to be an all for the marbles and a theoretical matchup, again, for the World Series. Players are ready to go. DK locked and loaded here at pitcher. Let's play ball. Blue Pianta. Once again, like we discussed earlier, chat, quite a high average. It's going to be able to keep that one. I'm sorry. Every time Toadsworth gets hit, it's my favorite sound. It sounds messed up. He's an elderly man. Sounds like elderly abuse borderline when I say that, but they're in the Mushroom Kingdom. It counts. We're still waiting for Acorns to come back. Ooh, tough snare from Mario is going to make that an easy double play. He needed to make at least just a little bit of contact on that one. Huge shot from Boomerang, bro. That train might make enough of an impact. No, it won't. It's not going to get there in time. Off of the shoulders of Funky Kong goes Diddy Kong. And with that, we retire the side. Move on to inning number 2. Thanks for that one. Also, hey, Ethan. Hope you're doing well. See you over in the chat. Hope you're having a good night. Plenty of fun action coming underway. And the rightfully so does make total sense. Diddy Kong is looking to see if he can start his team off on a high note. Saw some pretty excellent performances so far. That might be the right note. If you can launch that one past the field, or past the... I'm going to be able to make it. Another shot floats right into Grimace's mitt, as that's going to be out number 1. Needed a little bit more oomph on that one to make it succeed. Oh, and 2 the count. Gonna gap over Boomerang, bro. Ghost is gonna maybe create extras. No, he's gonna play it safe, stay at second. Gonna be Baby DK. Looking to maybe sneak for a steal. Pianta just trying to keep Baby DK honest at first. Shot's gonna just graze past the Boomerang. A Boomerang, bro. First and second. And once again, the exact reason that the Star Road Superstars set their lineups the way they did. Donkey Kong now with 2 on. See what he'll bring to the table. Ball is carrying just inside, grazes past Donkey Kong. That ball is dead center. He launched that thing. It's going up and it's out of here. That ball was gone the moment it touched the glove. I mean, you just watch right there. Yellow Pianta, critical mistake. Punches that thing so far down the center of the fairway. Nope, we're not playing golf. Sorry, my bad. We'll go ahead and fire me. It's my bad. Looking for 2. That ball's going back, but they're going to get that one at least. Makes it 2 outs. Nice job from Brown Critter, but even better of a job from Starfire and Purple Toad out there in the outfield. Execution solid. No train in sight. And we go to our next home run companion in Funky Kong. He's definitely got one that's looking to go past as well. That train! Wait a second! Where was Purple Toad? He didn't get there in time. Center field, it wasn't carrying that much speed, but there wasn't enough speed from Purple Toad to get there in time. Maybe a little bit of sleep behind the wheel on that one. And Ohio 4-0, and this is only the first inning. Fortunate to wrap things up, though, but not before some pretty detrimental damage comes in from Ohio. We're going to go top of the second. Star Road Superstars. Looking to see if they can put a couple points on the board. Tough shot. Goes right to Jimmy Neutron. Liner goes right to Brown Critter. Another shot of just putting it directly into the eyes of... And another great play from Brown Critter is going to be able to save that one. So that ball was basically a guarantee to travel past. Not going to be able to do so, though. We're going to go to 8-9-1 on the batting lineup here for Ohio. Chad, I don't know if you can hear that in the distance. It looks like there's a chance. May be able to make something happen. Makes it for 2 outs. Here comes Diddy Kong. And that's a great question, Type. How you have a living burger playing ball is you don't ask questions. We're in the Mushroom Kingdom. It's my best answer I could give you on that one. Baby DK now up to the plate. Looking at Baby DK's stats, he's had an exact 500 batting average so far this season. 19 singles to his name. He's going to make that number, well, actually, it's not really 20. The Powell with quite an interesting scenario. Ball drops right by him. Dixie Kong, a bit of power behind her swing. Not gonna be able to stay fair, though. 2 outs. Shot's gonna go right to Boomerang Bro. Wrap things up and not create any travesties here for the Star Road Superstars. As we go into the top of the third. Purple Toad's gonna get things started, followed by Starfire. And looking to start with quite a strong note. Oh my gosh! Purple Toad getting a lot underneath that, but what was also underneath that, well, was Funky Kong. Thanks to great support and the great speed from both players, they robbed Purple Toad of a pretty monumental opportunity of a home run. It's going to be a base hit for Starfire to get things rolling. One out rally is in the potential sights of the Star Road Superstars. Entering strike one. Grimace not past Diddy Kong over in right field. Starfire once again looking to score. Top 5 at batting average in the league. It's going to be Blue Pianta, seeing if they have a chance to score or at least advance Starfire. And sure enough, they're going to be able to do so successfully. First and second up now for Mario up to the batter's box. 476 batting average, 20 singles and 4 RBIs to their name this season. I want to give a quick thank you to our statisticians out there, particularly Mr. Statsman and Rumton, who have made this season possible thanks to their great and effortful manual work that they've been able to do. And thanks to that, we are now going to go to 4, 5, 6, the dreaded trio of doom. This team has so far had quite a few home runs between all 3 of them today. That fist of doom more than anything else. It's going to be a liner to Grimace. This time finally not looking at how many home runs they're hitting, but rather a line out. Brown Critter. He's going to carry this one pretty high. Should be easy to grab, pending no strains. Once again, train is just a bit late. Funky Kong charging back for yet another one, but he is not going to really make a lot of contact with that surfboard. Tough outcome, but not a tough score for Ohio right now. Star Road Superstars needing to make something happen. 6 outs remaining before we see this pretty impactful change. Not necessarily... Wait a minute. Train double combo. That's going to be a double. No, triple thanks to that trained bailout. And I'll tell you what, if you want to start a comeback, that's how you start it right there with a leadoff single. Excuse me, triple. Sands trying to jump up and get that in time. They are unable to do so. Finally going to get the first score on the board thanks to that shot from Sands Undertale. That jump was just a tiny bit sooner. Toadsworth could have potentially blocked that one. Now we're getting ourselves to Blue Toad. Blue Toad! Blue Toad! That ball's carrying high and deep, but he's lucky to get that one in time. For some reason, Purple Toad and Blue Toad are not here to mess around on the Star Road Superstars, but man, so is the outfield. If I was talking to Nima74 right now here in the booth, I think he would be easily saying, yeah, I made the right call putting Funky Kong out there. The ball is going to trail just over in time for Sands Undertale to make it over to third. Yellow Pianta staying here at first. Purple Toad is going to keep the ball rolling, and this is what we've come to know about the Star Road Superstars. Once you give them an opportunity to just start playing small ball and carry the momentum, it's like the snowball effect. It just gets bigger and bigger and bigger until eventually they run deaf for you by, well, a lot. So they are down but not out, as that could be not another one, but that's going to be a bad double play. Purple Toad, a little too much hubris, thinking that wasn't going to be caught, and that ball just killed the chance for the Star Road Superstars to potentially make a pretty big moment out of that. Grounder from Jimmy Neutron is going to be an easy one for Blue Pianta to scoop up. Outside pitch starts us off with the strike one. Here at bottom of the fourth, Toadsworth is going to start his team off yet again. Bit of an interesting circumstance. Yellow Pianta suspecting Toadsworth of stealing a base. I think, frankly, the only thing that he has stolen is time from, well, Father Time. Boomerang is just carried all the way out there for a huge play. Double play is going to seal the deal. They do have one more set of 3 outs if in the event the Star Road Superstars make the comeback, but as of right now, the chances and likelihood are starting to look pretty slim. Grimace just donks that one more than any description I could even give you. Over to Donkey Kong. And just like that, 2 outs are all that remains. This series has led to the Star Road Superstars looking a lot more human than they sure have in the last couple of weeks. It's all up to Mario. All he needs to do is be able to get on base for the chance and possibility. And that's just that. That's just it. Thanks to Toadsworth's sensational diving play, which, you know, we kind of saw a lot of struggle for out there at second base. This time finally paying off. And just like that, Ohio is ready to bump the song along with you, chat. Let's just go ahead and get things ready to go. You know what time it is.
Ohio shape, mental state, Ohio shape, my car shape, Ohio shape, Ohio shape. That's great. Best state, Ohio shape, mental state, Ohio shape, my car shape, Ohio shape, Ohio shape. That's great. Square tray, Wyoming tray. Best shape, Ohio tray. Your face, shit face, my face, Ohio shape. Every day, Ohio day. Whey protein, Ohio whey. Cow protein, Ohio state, Ohio cow. That's great. Best state, Ohio shape, mental state, Ohio shape, my car shape, Ohio shape, Ohio shape. That's great. Best state, Ohio shape, mental state.
And just like that, the state of Ohio is rejoicing and having themselves a jolly good old time. Best shape was indeed Ohio shape after all. After that crazy shot that was there earlier. I streamed, it was Jordan playing the Dumb Ohio song. Fun fact, that Dumb Ohio song is currently winning at this moment. So crazy to think that that is what we are running into here, chat. But that is what can happen here at the Mario Mania League. We have our nighttime games coming up here in series number 3. As you recall earlier, we do have a couple of updates here talking about the standings. We do not have the updated graphic, but just to reiterate, the Goon Squad has now officially taken over the title. Nope, that's incorrect. Glitzville Glamour has ended up locking in the 3rd place position here, thanks to their matchup. The final matchup of the night is going to be the Pillow Island Dreamers, but coming up next is going to be a battle of a 2-1 yet again, as we have the Wildwoods 1-uppers and the New York Mets taking off against one another in this upcoming matchup. Just make sure to remind everybody here what are our adventures coming up here tonight. It's going to be a bit of a banger of a time. Hope that you're excited because we have a lot of great action coming at you here as part of the Mario Mania League. Let me just go ahead and check something in relation to a timer that I had set earlier. We're slow cooking some food right now, so shout out to the crock pot. Awesome, thanks. Congrats. Yeah. We got paid a lot of clearance money. In fact, that's a lot of the reason I was able to bring Acorns back from custody the first time. Not custody, hostage. Unfortunately, he's gone again. Don't really know what to do with that specific news. We're still working on exactly what's happening to Acorns, but don't forget to vote for the All-Star voting that is happening right now. Again, you can vote for the Mushroom Kingdom and Bowser Kingdom conferences to make sure they choose their best of the best face off against one another in a great 9-inning adventure coming up in the great week of Monday Mania. Next week, Mario Mania League is going to be great. It's F. Lightning McQueen. I wouldn't be surprised, but as of right now, the Federal Bureau of Investigation has taken this. Yes, Sadie? Hi? Is everything okay? Oh, hi. Not Ohio, just oh, hi. You just started to whimper. Are you okay? No. I'm trying not to have you stand too much, go all crazy. Oprah's over here too. All right. Dogs are doing great. Thank you for asking, chat. They are always doing great. And thank you for your continued support. Back at DK Jungle for another great adventure here tonight. It's going to be a bit of a fun adventure, chat, as we move on over. Game is ready. We are all set. Sorry for the fade outs. Not been too great this time around. I think they'll be pretty good. We'll be able to train them, set good boundaries. Worst case, we're just going to have to hang out another spot if that is the case. Here comes Bowser. Jeez, Sadie, tell me how you really feel. My goodness. Gosh, you're so attention deprived, even though you're 4 inches from hanging out next to your dog nap. Stay right there, please. All right. Sorry for the delayed chat. I can confirm off camera we have indeed pet the dog. Yellow Magic Koopa now up to the plate. And that looks like we are going to chuck the bases full to start things out with a 1-2-3. And an opportunity for Lynn to potentially have a pretty big moment. Lynn, who's not really had a lot to their name except for 4 doubles this season, which is not anything to scoff at. This time, not going to be able to make a base hit, but that sac fly will help. Wildwoods 1-upper is able to make the first strike. Yeah, looked like at first that the sac fly was not going to happen because of how short that distance was traveled. Thank goodness this time around, though. Coming up here next is Wiggler. Again, one of the league leaders in strikeouts as a pitcher, but most importantly, they have been one of the most solid contact hitters so far this season. 19 singles, 3 doubles, and surprisingly, 3 home runs to their name, .605 batting average. But, of course, you're here to talk about King K. Rool, who has a fascinating situation that their slugging percentage is a 1.27, even though they have a 424 batting average. Grounder just evades Pablo Sanchez. Quite a rare feat. Another big one we're going to go ahead and start a prediction for is this matchup. Two runs going to be able to score on this one. Just needed to be able to get that prediction rolling. And a tough shot thanks to the banana peels from Walter White. Left field's not quite giving him the best outcome. 5 minutes are on the clock for the prediction. Make sure to go ahead and throw your prediction channel points on in there. Your EXP as we describe it. First blood for the Wildwoods one-uppers is indeed flowing red as we get a 4-run outcome to get things started off. Nice shot from Kukruska. Is going to be able to land that one onto the right field line. I do want to apologize specifically to Rumpton. Last week I did state... Ooh, nice shot off the wall. Kukruska was Lynn, so I do want to make sure that that is on the record that we said that incorrectly last week in the broadcast. I have since thrown another production assistant in the Bowser's Lava. Nice wall bounce thanks to the great shot from Petey Piranha. Is going to score all the way from first. Kukruska. Nice job. Great execution. And with only 2 runners that have started out this game so far, things are looking up and up for the New York Mets. Grounder to Yellow Magic Koopa is going to force double play. 4-6-3. Tell me, please, what Walter White's going to bring to the table. What he's going to bring is a bit of magic, thanks to Yellow Magic Koopa. We're going to go ahead and retire the side. Lucky to get 1 run scored, but not before a lot of big defense is able to stop that before anything got worse. An early charge up is Gray Dry Bones. Reaction time on point for King Boo over at third base. Big shot from Bowser. It's going high and deep, but Walter White's going to be able to securely place that one, firmly grasp in his hands. And you can see Blooper and Walter White basically getting there identically at the same time, which you can kind of help out with some of those gappers just like that. Shot evades Petey Piranha just in time. Nice 2-out single for Yellow Magic Koopa. Grounder once again past Petey Piranha and nails Heisenberg right over in the face. First and second. Wiggler is now up to box, seeing if they have a chance to shine. You know, I've always been amazed that they've carried so much power in their swing for just a tiny bat. And sure enough, just like that, a right center gapper is going to be huge as he flicks that over to Yellow Magic Koopa, but that is not going to matter. It's going to be 5-1. What we look like to be a tough matchup, or maybe deja vu. We saw 7-1 last time, the Star Road Superstars. This time the New York Mets are looking like they are outmatched at this current game. Appropriately so. Steve from Minecraft is looking to have a bit of a tough outing. King K. Rool really opting for that star power. Never mind. That ball is going high and back, but right into Blooper's hands. similarly to Petey Piranha's shot, except this time just not high enough. We don't know the answer to that one on the star power. I'm sure we'll try to ask him post-game interview. Although he really doesn't take a lot of our interviews. We've learned very quickly. He also ate one of our interns. Bit of an unfortunate circumstance. Diving play and great hustle from Bowser. King Boo trying to go back to his tried and true. If you remember, in the first few weeks of the season, all it took was just an easy shot over to right field, and he was going to carry that one out of here with no problem. Right center, just in front of Dry Bones in time. Nice base hit from Yoshi. Bit of a rare sentence, especially for the new New York Mets. And another rare sentence. Pablo Sanchez has had a bit of a rough outing here at the plate. Thanks to his performance, though. Hold on. Lucky to get there in time yet again. Pablo Sanchez, of all people, being the one who truly helped his team score to the next level. Maybe a possible turnaround chance. So we're going to cut back to Kukrushka. Kukrushka, of course, having a fairly decent performance this season. 3 doubles to her name, batting average 500 exact. Red Critter's going to catch that one right on the fly, though, and we're going to retire the side. The Mets are making an incremental improvement, but need to be able to start making some big bats on balls soon enough. Maybe they can do so with a tired Steve from Minecraft. Looks like some of his pickaxes are starting to finally look fairly weathered down. Probably going to switch it out. See if they choose Diamond. Well, Diamond for pitching, at least. Yoshi's coming up next. Base hit evades Petey Piranha yet again. That's the 3rd shot that's just gone over Petey's head. Which is, I think, great base hitting, or excuse me, great hitting more than anything else. Big wind up. Paratroopa, though. Oh, thanks to that, Powell is going to be able to extend it. 6-2 now. Great sac fly. Ended up getting a little bit of extra insurance thanks to that Powell. Great Dry Bones grounder over to Boo, and unfortunate for Petey, or for Pablo. Thought he was going to have the one in his grasp. Not lucky enough, though. Two strikes here for Bowser. Oh, that ball was carried right down the middle. Gonna land successfully down, but too slow. Is going to be Gray Dry Bones. Gonna gap that 1st and 3rd now. Pitch from Yoshi. It's going to be a liner from Yellow Magic Koopa over to Petey Piranha. Again, had a bit of a tough outing for a short bit at short, but thanks to that one, we're going to finally wrap things up and, sure enough, bring a leadoff opportunity for Petey. Of course, if y'all remember, Petey Piranha, valuable asset to Daffy's team last season. Now this season has been a hot commodity for the Mets. Although this time around, the POW not in time. He's going to carry it far, but not far enough. Clears it into left center. Blooper is going to get a base hit to start things off with 1 out. Passes by for strike 1. Eisenberg does carry a home run to his name. Actually, clarifying that record, he does not hold a home run to his name. 432 batting average with 16 singles, though. But who does carry a home run to their name is actually Bootleg. Only one, though. Not going to be able to get another one this time. Mets still trailing 6-2 as we go into the fourth inning. Easy shot for Petey Piranha. That one not trailing over his head this time around. Of course, the Mets are looking to have the opportunity to go 1-2-3. Going to need all 6-out capabilities that they can, especially given a bit of a staggering and slow start on the bases. Charging it back up is going to be King K. Rool. He's had a pretty decent season so far. Again, 9 home runs, I believe, to his name. Unfortunately for him, though. And fortunate for the Mets is going to be the 1-2-3 that they just went through. And I would argue at least one player that you're particularly excited about seeing. Another short shot over to Dry Bones. Not quite sure what's going on with King Boo. And I think his royal powers are not really in effect right now. Bit of a floating shot from Steve from Minecraft, and this is looking a bit questionable. Yoshi, again, not quite much to really brag about in terms of bases. And sure enough, pretty much the opposite of what you want to be right now for the Mets is going just 1-2-3. Red Critter's going to lead us off over at the Wildwoods One-Uppers. And again, Mets are going to need a real miracle based on how things are happening so far this game. Good reminder. Steve from Minecraft does remind us every time that we do have a dedicated server here over at the LUFC community. You can join us over at minecraft.levelupfc.org, or more importantly, make sure to join with 25555 at the very end of your connection. More information available over at Discord. Base hit, nice shot, thanks to Koopa Troopa. Nice work from them. Ray Dry Bones up to the plate. 2 outs. They can bring Bowser up next. This may potentially be a bit devastating for the Mets. It looks like they are going to be able to do so successfully. Oh, almost a huge error from Red Koopa Troopa. And here we go. You leave Bowser plenty of star power, plenty of opportunities. Ball carries inside. That's going to go right center and go past Blooper. Flicks it over to Bootleg, trying to make the play back at the plate. They're not going to get there in time. And 7-2. That's what we're going to see for our score today. Wildwoods One-Uppers looking to continue that streak with Yellow Magic Koopa now up with 1 strike. Ball floats just past Petey Piranha to score run number 8 for the One-Uppers. Coming up next is Lynn, looking to keep this batting streak alive. And something we kind of talked about and called out at the beginning is that the highest run differential in the league right now is not the Star Road Superstars, but rather the Wildwoods One-Uppers. The team so far that has had the most mercy rules happen. No mercy rule today, but I think the Mets are looking for mercy. Let's see what Pablo Sanchez can bring to the plate. Somebody notorious for some of their great backyard baseball history, has not quite had the same level of fame and stardom. He's sure been impactful as all get out at second base, but not quite enough on the base running. Big charge up from Kukrushka. Maybe just looking to prioritize some base hits, and yep, Left center. Nice job from Kukrushka to at least get on. And PD now more than ever is going to need to be a big key player here. Base hit, double, home run, anything like that is pretty much a need, not a want at this point if they want a chance to win this thing. That ball is going to land successfully. The Bongos ending up helping out a little more than they needed to be. Kukrushka rounding third, going to make a comeback though. And sure enough, that double is exactly what they needed. See what Blooper is going to be able to do now. Blooper's had a pretty good outing so far, 471 batting average. No home runs, but they do have a double and a triple to their name. A fairly recent acquisition for the Mets, thanks to a couple of trade moves that they made a few weeks ago. And here comes Heisenberg. After the first run scored since the last couple of innings, they are down but not out as they look to make it happen. Double play is going to kill that pretty much instantaneously. Fortunately, that one kind of felt like the end scene where Hector Salamanca and Gus Fring were in a room together and they kept hitting the little bell between each other. If you haven't seen that scene, well, my best advice to you is go see it. MVP. That's a yellow Magic Koopa. Quite an interesting scenario. For some reason, Bowser had looked kind of really sad in the screenshot I just took. Here we go for game one. We're going to get things prepped and ready to go for game number 2. A bit of a crazy start, I guess I'll describe it as, for the Mets, who have had a pretty decent outing this season. Had a couple games just like this, though, where they've had a bit of an identity struggle. And maybe we'll see if they'll have a bit of a different chance at their at-bats, or perhaps we'll see a little bit of a different dynamic for them. Of course, hopefully we'll check on our prediction points in just a second here, chat. Forgive me if I sound a little stuffy. For some reason, I started to get stuffy in the middle of us talking today. All right. Players are telling me that they are ready to go. Carrying on the mound, of course, as usual. Let's see how things go. Things are ready to go. All set. Wiggler has taken the stage. And we're off to play ball. Krushka looking to start things out with a good base hit up the middle, but Red Critter there yet again. Nice floater, but just in time for Red Koopa. That one. Sorry if you just heard a beep that. I think if Frank is in here, he's going to get a laugh at this one, but I actually do have a dead fire alarm that I need to fix. That's really funny that it beeped. Don't worry. Taking out. Thanks. Yeah, Rumpton pointing out what we've been witnessing here today. Offense has not been very productive here for the new New York Mets. Might be needing to opt to become the new York Mets. Things continue just like that. Okay, chat. I just found out that the smoke alarm I just took the battery out of that I've been meaning to replace has been here for a little too long. So, chat, we got work to do. Anyway, we'll get back to that one here in just a second. The game is underway. Another scoreless first inning to get things started out. Eisenberg is looking to lead off the Mets. Dax, don't say that. Also, we do have plenty of smoke alarms, just so we're clear. This is just in one specific spot. Quick shot down the shortstop line is going to go over to Red Critter. Another double play to cinch things off. And King Boo, once again, a valuable hitter for the New York Mets, has really just not sustained a lot of growth. Of course, as we start talking bad about them, they do have a good shot right down the right field line. See for Minecraft, understanding he's going to be going on a big mining mission. Stocking up on his steak and pork chops ready to go. Diamond bat in hand. Unfortunate for him. Lands that right into the diving glove of Red Critter. Another sensational defensive performance. And we're going to go back to the Gators as Wiggler is going to start us off. But then we have the king of the critters and a Red Critter to get us off next. Wiggler's going to watch the first one pass for a strike. Star pitch was just enough to be able to throw Wiggler off. Base hit, shot over to Pablo Sanchez for out number one. King K. Rool carrying that ball very, very, very deep. Thanks to that, though, blooper, it was there just in the nick of time. That ball was carrying quite far and quite deep, but thanks to Walter White, he just said, Jesse, and by Jesse he meant blooper, jump off my shoulders and go catch that ball. And then also asked if it was time to cook yet. Charging back up is the infamous Red Critter, once again one of the valuable shortstops. He's also going to try to go yard. That ball's going high, and he's lucky to get there just in time. We're going to watch this one carry on. That ball literally inches away from being a home run. Walter White, once again, treating blooper like his fellow Jesse. We're going to go to the top of the third. Yoshi, Pablo, and Kukushka to get things rolling for them. Tough out, tough performance. Here we go, 0-1 the count. Edge and Koopa looking to struggle just a tad bit. Red Critter, another great diving play. I can't even put the number at this point of how many Red Critter diving plays we've seen tonight. But nonetheless, we're going to kick things off for the Wildwoods one-uppers. Koopa, dead Koopa. Feel like it's duck, goose at this point. He's going to get a base hit that chucks up the middle. Good start for the team. Diving play just there. Oh, wow. I thought he actually tagged him. Did not achieve so. He's going to be able to get out number one over at first at least, though. Watching the star pitch glance by is going to be Gray Drybones. Maybe leading number two. No, he's going to get a good floater right center. Carrying on for Paratroopa over at third. Gray Drybones be sitting off to first, but with that RBI chance is indeed going to be up for Bowser. Bowser has a chance to do some pretty big moments for his team, but unfortunately the ball is going to float Not before the item snipe is a major help. Well, with one-uppers finally scoring the first run. And if this is anything like we saw previously, that one run may just be the ticket to ride. The ball goes over the right center. Burnt butt yet again. Gray Dry Bones rounding third, coming back, thinking he might have had a chance, but not enough. Here we go with Lynn. Lynn, another base hit up the middle, but that one directly over a blooper. That's going to retire the side. Not before the first run is achieved, thanks to the one-uppers. But if you are looking for somebody to have a chance to knock this one out of the park and help your team, it's going to be this big guy right here. This is the first one pass by for strike one. Wow. That ball is carrying extraordinarily high. He's going to need to get out, and he sure enough gets to it. You heard the effort, thought that he had a very, very high potential shot to get that one. Unfortunate to him, was unable to achieve that, so now we go to blooper. Base hit's going to be the name of the game. We are now in kind of a make-up territory, essentially. Go. Great diving play, though, of course, from Red Critter yet again. Arguably, the MVP of this game should not necessarily be the one run scored, but the fact that we have witnessed so many diving plays from our friend at Red Critter. Grounder, diving play, and another one. Time to change sides again. Of course, Dax is drinking a Red Bull at the most interesting time to do so. To be determined on getting wings. He has not obtained those yet, though. Wiggler is going to successfully get on base to start things out. Maybe not quite the best situation, though, for the one-uppers. Ooh. Sounded like that really just hit off nasty. Tough shot for King K. Rool. Steve, surprisingly feeling exhausted. Well, he's had a pretty good outing so far. Grounder chooses to throw it over the first right before the fire catches on to his Toasty behind. Another scoreless inning, but thanks to the one-uppers just one little squeaked in run, that may be their key to success. Absorbed it practically like as if it was a sponge. Nice job from Yellow Magic Koopa. King Boo watches two strikes pass by. And this ball might just be up into the hands of Wiggler. Another bad ground ball from King Boo. Cold streak continues for him. And now Minecraft Steve assessing the diamond bat. Just barely gets the base hit. And there you go, chat. That is going to be the tying run. Fate of the New York Mets is in Yoshi's hands. Something that I think if you told Rumpton, he would go, yep, that's ball game. And sure enough, he would be right. Wildwoods one-uppers take the series 2-0. However, of course, this is the regular season. We are going to play this out, all three games. This, for all that we know, could end up being a pretty impactful moment. If the Mets can bring a little momentum to their team, we may see a little bit of a different conversation coming up into the next game. Game 2, all set to go. We're going to get ourselves ready with Game 3. Immediately after that, we need to see what happens. Because I can tell you right now, chat, as of this moment, we are witnessing some pretty crazy moments here in the MML. Again, if you've had any particular favorite moments, make sure to talk about them over in our Mario Mania League channel over on our Discord, discord.levelupfc.org if you are not a part of it. Thank you for being a part of this awesome community. All the GMs have been a part of a great regular season. Thank you for your participation, your drafting, your excellent manageability of your teams, and your performances have truly been commendable. So thank you for your time, effort, and appreciation. You guys have been truly legendary as a result of it. Game 3 will not determine the fate of who wins this series, but it doesn't particularly matter. What does matter right now, though, is we'll need to reassess the standings, because there's a good chance here that thanks to the great performance of the Wildwoods 1-uppers, wow! Gray Dry Bones! Looking to start this with an exclamation point, but not going to be able to do so because they have their own exclamation point. And by that, they mean they made an exclamation point with the form of their jump. Rumpton will make sure you do pick last. That's a joke. Bit of a recap for you guys. Currently in the standings, Ohio is 11-7. Actually, I believe that's correct. Yes, 11-7. Therefore, even if the Wildwoods 1-uppers actually lost this game, it wouldn't matter. They would still win. They are going to end up right now 12-5. They would just go 12-6. As Ohio would have to have gone 3-0 to realistically be in that position. As Rumpton said, defense has indeed been pretty spectacular. Last game really showing a lot of promise and opportunity. We'll see if they'll keep that up or if they'll continue to struggle with the bats. That ball was carrying to be a home run if done correctly. So Petey Piranha looking at repeat history. That ball's going high. It's going far. The cannon was just evaded. As another Koopa Troopa tag team effort. He's going to rob that one for Petey Piranha yet again. And you almost, I don't even necessarily want to say you feel bad, but at a certain point, you just kind of have to sympathize with the Mets. They really, really have tried to get the bats rolling. And agreed with that one, you do want to give this plant some sunlight. Maybe these nighttime games have been their true ulteriors to this one. We're going here to 0-0. Entering in, Lynn Wiggler and the man himself. I like to call him King K. Rool. Interesting 10K versus 10K outcome between the Mets and the 1-uppers. Good payout, though. Looks like it is going to exclusively go 20,000 channel points to type. Wow. Floats right past Petey Piranha yet again. Bit of a last-second charge. Floats the ball all the way back over in right center. And a boo. It's going to round home. Oh, wait. Wiggler might be screwed. Nope. Going to round back in time. Throwing the ball yet again too late. Might need to be a bit of a drill that the fellow team start to invest into. Looks like everybody's really not understanding. Maybe you shouldn't do that. Nice shot from Red Critter. Another gapper over to right center. Wiggler is going to be able to score successfully. First run is struck by the Wildwoods 1-uppers yet again. This time, this may look like an identical outcome to Game 1. We may see the Wildwoods 1-uppers take this away, but I don't want to count the Mets out yet until they hatch. Double play and a quick snicker from PD Piranha. It's going to wrap things up for this inning. Score is 1-0 going to the bottom of the second. Line drive right into, well, I guess the magical mitts of Yellow Magic Koopa. Grounder from King Boo is going to get him over to first. I have to say, though, this has been quite a struggle to watch King Boo this season. He's had quite a lot of heat and success at the start, and then all of a sudden it was just like, well, not really much excitement to watch after that point. Steve with a good shot. Short floater gets him over to first. First and second stacked up. Or Yoshi's up to chance. And Yoshi with a little bit of life to his repertoire. He's gonna keep the ball rolling along here. Next up, Pablo Sanchez. At one point in the season, Pablo and Yoshi both had the lowest batting averages in the league. I guess look at them now. One of them is still doing the same thing. There's a lot of belief over here in the chat, but that belief was then crushed. A sad day for fellow Pablo enthusiasts. Although, of course, you can still vote for him. He has been an incredible second baseman here for the Mets. Defensive prowess has truly been there for this team. We gotta mention, this was a potential World Series matchup. And I gotta tell you, after watching both games, this one has been really fascinating to witness. The one-uppers just really have the offensive powerhouse that they have. Oh, and 1 the count. Bowser! That ball's looking good! Just tails foul at the last second. Instead, gonna go for a good contact hit. Goes over to left field. We're gonna stack up the bases. And this may be a premier Denny's opportunity for Yellow Magic Koopa. Again, we had a lot of Denny's to start out the season. Maybe not so much now. Short hop. They are going to be able to get them over at home because that ball did not look like it was going to land before that point. Here we go with Lynn. She does not have any home runs to her name. 390 batting average, but 4 doubles to her stack. A burn behind. And a lucky outcome as that one almost ended up being a travesty. Double play would have stranded everybody. Good shot from Wiggler. Is going to be able to make that one to left center. That's going to be run number 3, thanks to the one-uppers. Right now, while the Mets have had a very good defense, it is starting to get tougher and tougher to really see what's going on inside the mind of the Minecraft man. And that big flying ball is going to go over to King K. Rool. It's going high. Amazingly, it was too high to catch. Wait a second. Watch this ball yet again. They were ready to go, but then they jumped it, and it wasn't high enough. At the same exact time, both Dax and Rumpton posted "man" in the chat. And I think that describes their existence right now as both GM and the fan base of the New York Mets. Maybe looking for a second one. That's going to end up being short here, but nothing to change. 5 runs, thanks to the Wildwoods 1-uppers. As of right now, the Mets need to get on the board. Otherwise, this could potentially be, I believe, mercy rule number 3 or 4. Which, if you really put that into perspective, is quite a crazy number. Ground ball, base hit. Kukrushka is able to get on base. Good start for the Mets. Nice shot out to left center field. Is unable to stay around, though. Short pop fly. Easy to catch over in right center field for Dry Bones. Now we're going to need this here for the blooper. Oh, I remember that copy pasta from last season. Thank you for that one, Dex. Nice liner, thanks to work a blooper. With 2 outs, Walter White's turn to bring things up to the plate. Makes that 0-2 the count. Wow! Walter watching all 3 of them pass by him. Good strikeout from Wiggler. Add another 0 to the scoreboard of the New York Mets, alongside with the current representation of championships in the MML. Nice diving play from Pablo Sanchez to get things kicked off. Maybe a little defensive momentum shift. Ooh, okay. Blooper knocked, but not going to create a double out of that. Nice shot from Gray Dry Bones, but not before Walter White's going to get to that one in time. Backtracking is Koopa all the way back to first base. Yeah, big stretch indeed. First and second chalked up for Yellow Magic Koopa. Bowser surprised to go with a lot more contact, but then again, I don't think he quite needs to really establish himself. Already got more than enough success in this previous season combined. Lynn charging this one back. Maybe a bit of power herself. As a indication, this is going to be a mercy rule if they're able to score. Bowser might get caught with his pants down at the end. He does! We're going to change sides. A sensational play from Bootleg and Blooper out into right center. Big play to be able to stop that one before things got too crazy. We could have had a chance to see a mercy rule happen. But Bowser opting to stay back at home is going to be their killer. Bootleg just needing to try to get on base more than anything else. Evades the Koopa Shell just successfully. King Boo watches for strike one on the outside corner. Another line drive. A lot of charged balls from King Boo has really just not been created any productivity. Oh, 2. Short pop over. Another tough one. Another scoreless inning for the New York Mets, and this has been a bit of a tough one to watch. Mets potentially going out 3, especially prior to... Whoa! And then Wiggler Out of nowhere. No need whatsoever. Just says, nah, I'll just toss this one out. That is Wigglers for a fun fact. 4th home run of the season. Batting average keeps to increase. I'm going to go sleep in a bad mood. Oh. Mets fans are asking a lot of questions. And just to their chagrin, they probably should. They're going to need to run back to that in time. That's another one that's going to get launched out of here. And at this point, this is just kicking them while they're down. That's not fair. This is borderline bullying. K-Roll adds to his stats. Next up is Red Critter, who's probably going to launch that one to center field too. Never mind, gets a little greedy. Does not make the change in time to go on the outside. Opts for contact. Smart choice, as that one's going to get him a base hit single. Fellas, this is what we call being cooked is indeed correct, Dax. Not quite the performance that you want before you get into the playoffs. You want that kind of defensive surge, though. Are we the Vikings from last season? That may be a possibility, but at least the good news is you didn't create a mercy rule. You just got one run close to it. Well, we look at 9 runs being the difference maker for the New York Mets. Wigglers had a pretty stellar pitching performance. Looking to see if they can keep the streak up, as we're going to go 9-1-2 with the batting lineup for the Mets. A statement we have not said very much of this season. Pablo Sanchez, base hit single. Comeback like this is indeed a momentum shift and an opportunity. Let's see what happens here. 0-2. Pablo just evading the pickoff. Watches that ball just paint the outside edge just far enough away. Grounded a Red Critter. That's going to be 1. That's 2. Bomb doesn't make any effect. And that's it. 1 out. And that will wrap up the Mets' season with an 0-3 performance. Wait a second. The POW ends up saving the play. Petey Piranha stays alive. Charge back shot. Blooper is the only hope to maintain things and keep them alive. Unfortunately, that ball was basically just gunned over to Bowser. And we go from a very, very close opportunity at 1-0 to 9-0. Wildwood's one-uppers borderline committing bullying live on air here at twitch.tv/LevelUpFC. Just that they're not, so that we're clear, chat. Don't report us. 3-0 goes to the Wildwoods one-uppers. That it will more than guarantee that they will maintain their 1 spot going up against Ohio, who was hoping to see a bit of an upset alert. But can't always get what you wanted in a gameplay like this. Not much you can control, but what you can control is a chance to see some big gameplay here at the Mania League. We've got 1 game coming up here next. It is going to be a tale of the tape. We're going to enjoy some great fun. Our last matchup here for the night. You have 53 run differential. That is ridiculous. You bullied everybody this year, type. Offensive powerhouse. Maybe a big tale, and watching the one-uppers up against potentially the Star Road Superstars. Although, again, to reinforce this, the Mets are the only team that have handed a series loss besides Ohio in the last week of the season to them. So you never know. There are many, many different avenues and many different possibilities. We may see a pretty big change. And of course, another good reminder is that the players, the GMs, will be able to choose the locations that they end up wanting to play at. And may end up being a difference maker as we get into the gameplay later on. But without further ado, we got Daffy versus Jerry to wrap things up. This will be a battle for third place. That'll be how we wrap up week 6. The final week of this glorious season here at the MML. It's been a true pleasure to enjoy this great adventure with all of you wonderful people here in the Mario Mania League. We hope that you have enjoyed it yourself. Please, once again, do take the moment to say thank you to all the GMs, to all the fellow people who helped put this together. I'd like to take this moment personally to give that same benefit to, again, all of the GMs, specifically to Type, who helped out with all the save states, graphics prep, and many other things that she helped contribute to Rumpton, who helped us out significantly with the statisticians this particular season, and of course Froggy Dojo, my fellow co-commissioner, helping to instigate the rules throughout the season and before the season to get things rolling. Good pick off from Baby Daisy, thanks to riding out the shoulders of number 4. Of course, we've seen a couple of crazy home runs over here on Daisy's cruiser. That trend may continue if they don't choose to pitch him right down the center just like that. Yeah, the remaining schedule will basically be conducted much that we will do... Oh. All right. Not really something I was expecting. But next week is going to be the playoffs games. So this is going to be the Mushroom Kingdom Conference Finals up against the, or excuse me, with the Bowser Kingdom Conference Finals. Whoever wins their sets of 5, they will be able to move on to the MML World Series and a chance at $100 for the GM who takes it all. Star Power, a great and valuable asset for Daisy. Another great moment to use it. That's going to do it here. Ceresland Sandstorms up next. Final of the first. Second base gets a little bit of magical touch thanks to Magic Koopa. From one Magic Koopa to the next is going to be that at bat. Grounder over to Hammer, bro. Didn't maybe need to throw out the hammer, but opted to do so instead. Blue Dry Bones now. Naoto at second. And a floater to left center. Nice work. And Naoto back over to home. Thought for a second he was going to make the run. It's going to be a bit of a questionable decision. Velma, of course, from the Scooby-Doo gang, a recent acquisition from the Sandstorm. Last week and the week before were a bit of a tough tale for the number 4s who faced off against number 1 and number 2 in the conference. Their performances notwithstanding to give them a bit of a tough run and kind of spread them further away from the gap. With regards to standings for this one, I guess the true reality is that they'll differentiate their conference record with this particular matchup. Although, it is important to distinguish, and we'll just cut over to that super fast. If it does work... Sorry, didn't mean to cut so quickly to that. If you saw from that graphic, Mushroom Kingdom-wise, while the differentiator is indeed going to be a huge factor, they're tied on conference record, and they would have to win 3 straight games, the Ceresland Sandstorm, to be able to take this one away. At least a good start with a 1-0 lead. It was indeed Type. The Queen was indeed the problem when we were last on the ship. I guess I haven't even thought about it, but nobody has checked the brig over here on the ship. I'll send some people down to see what happens. Another short pop. Wow. The POW ends up bailing out. Almost bailing out, that is. Another 0 on the score for the Pillow Island Dreamers. Number 4 is going to get things started off for us. Followed by the O Princess duo. Line drive splits over to left center. And number 4 will be able to get his base hit single. Nice shot. Once again, going to go over to the right center gap. The Koopa Shell is going to extend the play just a little bit longer. Gives a base hit double for Daisy. Moves number 4 into scoring position. Here's a chance to shine for Princess Peach. Watching her fellow princess compadre. Shot over to Hammer Bro. That's going to be a tough double play. We still keep our player over at third in number 4, but Magic Koopa. See what he can score. Short fly ball. Green Dry Bones has got that one in the bag. Nothing to produce. Gun up here. Got a lot of magic. Why are we talking about Pescado? A little bit of a spinneroonie from our magical man. Actually, really, I should say our vivid artist. Other ball. Oh, wait. The dodge might have paid off? Oh, my God. The dodge and the snipe actually just helped it. Peach just too afraid of that POW box. Somebody may want to check in on the sports betting that is happening for Peach. It looks like she's throwing a little too easy. At least we advance Red Magic Koopa over to third with 2 outs left. Excuse me, at 2 outs. It's going to be up to Hammer Bro to see what he can do. What he can do is maybe launch this one deep into the air. Should be a fairly easy catch, though. Time for us to change sides. Coming up next, Naoto, Blue Critter, and another fellow Dry Bone. First pitch strike to start things out for Lightning McQueen. Quick handoff thanks to Hammer Bro. High flying ball, still chose to jump for it just in case, but I think that would have been just fine if anything else. And a big pickup, just the sheer magnetism, practically speaking, for that is just unreal. Right out to the one passed by. Sandstorm, only 1 run to their name, but nonetheless still maintain the lead as the Pillow Island Dreamers look to make that change here in the top of the 4th. Nice line drive over to right center. It's going to get a base hit double to get a lead off. Now here comes Buttercup. A little too greedy with the run across from shortstop. Good play calling and smart decision making from Blue Critter. Nice base hit. It's going to be able to get just past Blue Critter. Daisy struggling a little bit. And opting for the bunt may be a smart choice, especially with star power. She does indeed have 3 still. Ball's going to be out over a third. The sack bunt does not necessarily pay off. It advances to first, but you want third to be out of here. Peach's turn to shine. Of course, Lightning McQueen, as a reminder, already does have a home run to their name this season. Maybe adding a second one. That's going to be a negative on that one. Velma is going to get that one cinched up. Another scoreless inning as we go to the Ceresaland Sandstorm. Bottom of the 4th. I don't think I actually wanted this to happen, but part of me kind of wanted to hope that one of y'all would make a me that was Mojo Jojo. And then you would have Mojo Jojo and Buttercup out in the outfield. All I'm saying is we have ideas for Season 3. A little bit of a spooky transition for Buttercup at center. Number 4. Wind up, but a tough shot nonetheless. The roll-off thanks to, well, the fire and also that change in the alignment for the ship. You want Jordan as a me, you want to yell at him for playing bad? You know what? If somebody truly wants a Jordan be me, I'm not going to object to it. We just also get a Tokyo Bitterling while we're at it, too. Bottom of the 4th. 2 outs. If it's Dax me, can we just make it so it's just not even a face, but it's just the French flag? Short pop fly. Right field's another easy pickup for Green Dry Bones. And that's going to be the last 3 outs. Last chance for the Pill Island Dreamers. Otherwise, the Ceresaland Sandstorm are on the verge of potentially taking 3rd place. Save the kiss for good luck from Princess Peach, and first strike's going to pass by. Nice defensive performance yet again. Just so we're clear, Rumpton, we do not pay the player. I'm kidding. I would sign off on that conflict of interest, Rumpton, if you wanted to play for Froggy's team and manage your own team. Ball game. 1, 2, 3. That's how they ended out the last inning. Ceresaland Sandstorm. Let's see who our MVP was for the game. All right, chat, I need to do something super quick. This is going to be a little unconventional. Stay right here. What we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and just take a quick 2-second break. I just have something super fast to go check upstairs, and we'll be right back. More importantly, oh yes, it's being very good. I'm going to let them out super quickly, and then we're going to finish off our last 2 games here over the night. Please do not go anywhere. We're going to be right back with our last 2 games of the season. Don't go anywhere. And we are back. Thanks for your patience, everybody, as we get back into games 2 and 3 of our final matchup here. Just want to make sure we got a couple things squared away upstairs. Nothing big. Just want to make sure that food was taken care of and everything's looking great. So, and it sure is. We tried a new recipe in our crock pot. So, in case you're curious on what truly was going down in the World of Worlds here at the Mario Mania League headquarters. Game number 2 is getting prepped now as we speak. Players are advised to get onto the field and be ready to go for their matchups. A bit of a banger as we see what happens. 2 more games before we are officially done with week 6 and the final game. The Mario Mania League Season 6. Base hit, shoots it over to left field. Started off for Red Magic Koopa. First pitch strike from Daisy. Get things started for Bowser. Actually, I should say Bowser Jr., the future star of the Super Mario Galaxy movie, available in theaters in whenever the hell that release date was. Green Magic Koopa. Short floating shot over to time for Hammer Row. Picked up off of a recent trade acquisition. May end up paying off as that ball's carrying high and deep, but not going to be enough as number 4 is going to be able to get that one in just a nick of time. Current update chat, Sadie is not going up on the couch. There we go. Oh, she is. He's the guy that was the antagonist in the Happy Gilmore 2 for a little bit of a fun fact. Naoto with the eyes of a killer. It's the best description I could really give for what vibe gives off to me. We ground ball shot over to Hammer Bro to wrap things for out number 2. High flying and deep ball for Blue Critter. Just tails in a foul. And he might be able to repeat history. That ball is getting up to right center. But a good catch from Buttercup just at the very last edge possible. That's going to settle things for inning number 1. Let's go to the top of the second, see what happens here. Shot to Blue Critter, another easy ground out single. Good base hit single from Green Toe to keep the thing alive. Big chance for Lightning McQueen to be able to get the first point on the board for the Pillow Island Dreamers. Once again, if you're just tuning in, the Stressland Sandstorm take off game 1. Current stakes are pretty simplistic. Oh! Lightning McQueen was too slow? A sentence you don't historically hear. Wow. Okay. Blue Dry Bones. Nice pop, but not enough. Blue Dry Bones really has not had a lot of action this season. 8 singles, 1 double to their name, 1 home run. And of course, Velma, another recent acquisition as well from free agency, has been doing fairly well in terms of her average. 625 with 750 slugging. Looks like we're going to interrupt that big play from Hammer Bro thanks to the Koopa Shell. Nice snipe and nice contribution. Grounder. The bomb's not going to go off in time, so we're going to change sides. Top of the third comes up. Pillow Island Dreamers are looking for their chance to score. Terrestrial Sandstorm looking to maintain the same rock-solid defense they've had for the last little bit. Line drive right to Blue Critter. We're going to start things off for out number 1. Once again, Daisy's pitch, another sensational pick, has been alongside with Birdo, has been, in my opinion, some of the biggest contributions to their team in terms of pitching. We put another Easter egg here on the board. So Terrestrial Sandstorm looking to see if they can break the streak. Double play to get that one out of here. Alto. Having a bit of an interesting season so far. 3 doubles to their name and a 400 batting average. Looks like they'll get a chance to get a slight improvement from that one thanks to that. Now it's time for our residential alligator. The Blue Critter. Getting a good line drive. Trying to test them all the way back out at first. And welcome, Forgotten General Blue. Thank you for raiding. We appreciate the raid. Hope that you, if you did stream, hope you had a good stream on your time. Blue Bone Denny's is possible. Had a couple of home runs already to their season. 2 outs to stack with that. That is a nice shot over the right center. That's going to score 1. 2 most likely, though, is going to be a close enough matchup. And there we go. We're finally not scoreless anymore. The right center shot, thanks to Blue Dry Bones, is going to seal the deal, set us up for success, as it looks like the Terrestrial Sandstorm make the first strike yet again. Velma with another big power shot of her own, and that's going to be another run score for the Terrestrial Sandstorm, setting up Dry Bones and Velma in scoring position with another base hit double. And you know, there's one part that you do kind of feel, and you kind of wish that you would have seen from the Sandstorm quicker, is that both number 4 and Velma have had some pretty good statistics for their team so far. Baby Daisy launching that one high and deep into the air, but not going to be enough to call it. But they did try to dodge it, so wait a second. Chat. Did we just have a ground rule double because of that? Chat, we just had a ground rule double because of Baby Daisy's circumstances. Not something you ever really see, but I mean, my God. That's going to be another one run. That's 7 now. Try to run it over to second to stop the bleeding, but this 2-out surge is looking to maintain the fire. Next is Daisy. Wow, that was a bailout. That was another run scored. Had it not been for the major reaction time from Green Magikoopa. 7 runs scored from the Grassland Sandstorm. That run differential is starting to look a little bit better now after an outcome like that. Bit of a tough one right off of the knee of Blue Critter. Gonna force a first and second with 1 out. And Green Toad up to bat. Maybe looking to see if he can advance the runner. Quick sack bunt to maybe help out. Painted it perfectly down the line to advance him over. Kind of a I won, but at what cost? Of course, another great memory from the Mario Mania League Season 2 was the Grand Slam that was conducted by Red Toad over here to have a clutch victory. And that's 2 runs scored due to that POW. I think they were trying to dodge it. They ended up missing, and due to the smack, they were just not available. So they were already running. It was 2 outs. So a little bit of a happenstance type situation. A little bit of a bonk more than a POW on that one. Another quick and short shot from Lightning McQueen is going to just land up simple, but the POW once again coming in the clutch. Huh? Wait a second. Wait, what? What is happening? What was that? That's true. Toad just said, I'm gonna grow just to stomp you over. Oh my gosh, that was so weird. Line drive over to Blue Critter's finally going to end things out in the inning before things got a little more dangerous. But the Grassland Sandstorm, based on their last outing, may have figured out the true keys to success on the at-bat. Nice little magical pickup from Red I can talk, chat. Red Magikoopa. Nice little painted ball passes by for strike 1. That's gonna wrap things up here. No runs for the bottom of the 4th of this Grassland Sandstorm. Top of the 5th now. Last chance for the Pillow Island Dreamers before things start to get a little more out of hand. Nice shot. Is going to give a leadoff double for Bowser Jr. and the Pillow Island Dreamers. And while they may be down, they are not out. Diving play. It's going to clear out the bases. Double that came in from Bowser Jr. pretty much nullified Not much of really something you wanted to see out of that one. It's going to be up to Hammer Bro now. Any kind of momentum is going to be momentum for this team. And sure enough, that will help out. Ball's going to roll a little bit thanks to the angle and a base hit single to get things kicked off. Ball game is called. Number 4 catches that one just before he was knocked out voraciously by that Koopa Shell. And a bit of a crazy circumstance with this one. We see here that Grassland Sandstorm putting together a little bit of a win streak now. MVP goes to the new number 4. Bit of an unconventional player, that number 4, but nonetheless, his performance was well contributed. That's going to be the series win. But as we stated previously, the goal actually for the Sandstorm is to go for a 3-0 sweep. So right now, it looks like it is very, very promising and a great chance that they will be able to do so. That does beg the question, chat. What's it going to take for the Sandstorm to be able to do so? In my opinion, a prayer. I'm kidding. Pill Island Dreamers, after having the upset against Ohio last week, not quite looking the same power and strength that they did that series. Not quite sure what's going on their end, but not much to worry about here. Their main concern is to see if they have a chance to enter into the All-Stars. We're going to just get everything loaded up on our side. It's a good little reminder for you too, chat. If you have not already, make sure to go and vote for your favorite All-Star. You can check us out here over at ! All-Stars. You can use that to vote for your favorite player. Make sure that they get a chance to join the ranks of some of the best of the best. And we'll be making sure to get everything underway in just a quick second. Last game of the Mario Mania League Week 6 and regular season as a whole is ready to go underway as Lightning McQueen is taking on to the stage. Time to play ball. Right center gap is how we start things out. Blue Magic Koopa gets on base safely, leaving the door open for Naoto to carry on the legacy. Ball looked like it was going to float out of the way, but that's going to be a double play thanks to Hammer Bro's great finesse. Making his case for the last-minute All-Star votes that he could potentially get. Ball's going to be a liner that takes about 3 steps for Green Toe to get to. The Grassland Sandstorm start out with a bit of a tough 0 start. Identical start to what the Sandstorm brought. A base hit single is going to get us started for the Pillow Island Dreamers. Nice shot for Red Magic Koopa. Double play yet again. Tough situation for the Pillow Island Dreamers, but now let's leave it up to Hammer Bro. Base hit. Excellent work, but a little too greedy on the Hammer Bro double. Ouch. Bit of a bad mistake. They could have kept somebody over at third for that one. We're going to tilt this guy on over to the left as we go into the top of the second. Velmo with a nice shot, but unfortunately an easy grasp for Red Magic Koopa. Grounder again goes over to Red Magic Koopa, just in time for Baby Daisy to not get there. Bit of a 1-2-3 action. Tires aside, goes over to Pillow Island Dreamers, now bottom of the second. Chad, it is a crazy thing to think that we are entering the final phases of the regular season. Only a collection of outs left for us to enjoy together. Before playoff baseball and the hunt for the World Series champion begins. But before that point, we're going to see a great double play from Blue Critter over at shortstop. Nice shot over to right center. Is going to get a base hit to Green Toad again. A couple of big moments here from Green Toad to at least get on base, but no one's been able to help capitalize and score him in. And drive right over to Blue Critter. Is going to wrap things up there. We're going to change back to the top of the third, pushing it over to the left side yet again. It's Grassland Sandstorm, number 4. Looking for their moment in the spotlight. Maybe a second MVP in a row. Grounder to second. Out number 1. Daisy, high flying ball, but not gonna carry enough distance. Fireball was just not quite in the nick of time. That ball's gonna make it number 2. Big power shot from Peach is going to be a perfectly aligned shot. 2-out single for Princess Peach. Magic Koopa gets it over the other fellow Magic Koopa to land another single. Base hits put him on first and on second. Naoto to see if they can keep the streak alive. Once again, a scoreless performance so far. And a base hit from Naoto is going to be a huge one as we stack up the bases for one of their best power hitters here on the Pillow Island Dreamers. Blue Critter, of course, having 5 home runs to add to their name. And that's not going to be enough to carry that one out. So no one's going to score. They're going to strand bases stocked up. Rough go for the Sandstorm, but the Pillow Island Dreamers will continue next. Quick line drive over to right field. Lands that right into Velma's glove. Red Magic Koopa, short floater, gets it into right field. Bowser Jr. is going to be able to keep the hit streak alive, but looks like Red Magic Koopa, unclear if they were expecting that ball to be caught, or what was keeping him back there so long. Maybe they could have hit a banana and I had missed that detail too, but that's going to be a tough one for them. 2 outs. Green Magic Koopa just getting past Princess Peach's glove right there. Bowser Jr. able to get over to second. And Hammer Bro charges that one up. That ball has got a real good chance. But just a lot of hype, but not enough distance. A fairly common indication that we have seen so far from Hammer Bro this season. Tough go. 6 Easter eggs to put onto the board so far. See if inning number 4 will bring the same result, or if this will be the offensive surge we're looking for of this Grassland Sandstorm. One more time for those of you who are new and people in the back, we just want to remind everybody that if the Grassland Sandstorm do end up winning this game, they will take 3rd in the conference. as a confirm, mainly because their conference record will supersede the tied record that they will hold with the Pillow Island Dreamers. Baby Daisy's got a good hand on that one. It flew up pretty far back, and Green Dry Bones is able to bail out Buttercup. It looked like they were going to have a cinch on this one. Here we go. It's going to be bottom of the 4. So far, the questions still remain. What's going to be happening here to the Pillow Island Dreamers? Well, it looks like they may be able to get their first run scored. They're going to run back and catch this one just in time. And it was almost a potential huge moment from our friend here, the Green Dry Bone. But no one tripped on any fish on their way over here, so that's a big win in my book. Another line shot. Basically, if you put it within the vicinity of the blue critter, he's going to be able to lock that one in. It's time for Green Toad. 2 outs, gets a good right center short shot to get a single. And we go from one Toad over to the next. Maybe a replication of... Oh, no, never mind. Baby Daisy is going to get there. Bit of a tough call. Looked like it was going to potentially be there. And we're going to enter the top of the 5th with no runs scored, chat. Wanted a fun and exciting way to wrap this one up. This is definitely the way to do it. Good ball. Number 4 is starting this inning off with a great start. Base hit, single, leadoff. Coming up next is going to be your team captain in Daisy. Charging that ball back, but it's going to go right to Buttercup. Princess Peach. Another straight shot to the outfield yet again. Number 4 is indeed the game-winning run if he can score and get over to home. Blue Magic Koopa had a little bit of success earlier with a base hit single. Seeing if they can have a chance to potentially repeat and come back. They will not be able to do so. The fate is now in the hands of the Pillow Island Dreamers. We will either have our chance to potentially maintain this said lead. Let me rephrase that. To create a lead. Or if we're going to go into extra innings. What a way to end out this series no matter what. This has been the Mario Mania League. 6 weeks of fun, intense action here of CPU versus CPU. Mario Superstar Baseball. Mario Super Sluggers. Truly had a joy and a pleasure to be able to be alongside with this adventure with all of you. We go over to second base, throw that on for out number 2. And it's going to be Bowser Jr.'s turn, who did have one that cleared or got close to the fences. Wait a second. Ball's carrying high, but it's not going to be enough. We're going to change sides and go to inning number 6. What looked like a chance at glory. Both of them were there with no problem whatsoever. And indeed, as Typhus said in the chat, we're going to be going to free baseball as another scoreless inning puts us in a position to say, let's play more baseball. Naoto trying to get that one past Hammerable, but he said, nope, I got this one right here. Next up, another big power hitter for the Sarasaland Sandstorm. Talking this one back up. He's got a really good hand on it, but that is not going to carry deep. Out number 2. Here we go to Blue Dry Bones. He's going to float that one just past to get a left center base hit single. Velma up to the plate. Good couple base hits to start out for us, and unfortunately, a line drive to second base is going to set us up for bottom of the 6th. We're going to keep this ball rolling, chat. Not that it necessarily is something we need to call out, but if in the event that a tie does occur between these teams, the tie does still go to the Pillow Island Dreamers. Tough trip. And that one almost clearing the fence. Oh my God. The trip was right there. The cheap almost hit. It wasn't out of the park. It hit off the wall. Likely the angle of it was just enough to make that one inconvenient for him. And the game-winning run is now sitting over at third with no outs. Chat, we may see it here. Third place up for the grabs. And there's a good choice to tag the one back at home. They're going to be able to cinch that one away. But Buttercup just needs either an extra bases opportunity or just in general a base hit, because if you can advance somebody here to third, you still have a very, very good chance. Ground ball goes right past. I believe that Dry Bones had gotten burned on the way over. And so now it's up to Green Toad, who has a chance. The chance, actually. Let's put them the team over. Put their team in third. And wrap up such a spectacular season. But that is not what's going to happen. We are going to inning number 7. Of course, while they were 3rd and 4th in their conference this season, it doesn't matter, because more importantly, both teams have managed to give themselves a good pat on the back for such a spectacular performance, much like you can see right here. Defense has been interstellar for both so far. Ball's going to go right over to Green Toad to start things out. No banana peels in the way. Next up is number 4. He's going to float that one over to Buttercup. Another banana peel to cap things there. And we may be looking at the potential of a 1-2-3 if Daisy can't keep this going. What actually she's going to do is she's going to launch this one way out. No one's going to get by there in time, and just narrowly avoids it yet again. We have seen those Raptors just be almost enough, but not close enough there. Bottom of the 7th. Last time that we saw this many zeros, I don't even have an explanation for that one, but Red Toad almost entering the way that exiting the way he entered the season with a grand slam, then a solo home run, and cinched this for his team. But with the star power of Daisy really paying off on this one. Lightning McQueen using the power of the Ka-Chow. Diving play. Is going to get there in time. Red Magic Koopa. Plenty in the tank for star power. Opts to not use it. Didn't need to use it. Pow actually might extend up. No, it doesn't end up doing so. Red Magic Koopa base hit single. Again, that is the winning run sitting there over at first if need be. Bowser Jr., if you remember last at bat, did launch that over the fence, but was robbed thanks to number 4. But this time is going to be a tough outing. Pow is going to be a bit of a tough break once again for Peach. A couple of times she's ran into that today. Green Magic Koopa. Green Magic Koopa being among one of the top 15 here in the league with a 600 batting average. That ball's going to carry on home. Koopa Shell perfectly sniped, and that is going to make it the 3rd place winner. The Koopa Shell of the century lands the extra one. and a tough play at the plate, but that is going to be the game winner. Game 3 carries on into inning 7, but the Pillow Island Dreamers managed to hold on just enough in time. And congratulations to the third place winners, Pillow Island Dreamers. That was a great season and a great way to end things off for us here. You guys have all been a great and wonderful part of this sensational season for us here at the Mania League. Thank you for being a part of everything that we've gotten to do here. We hope that you had fun. We hope that you got to encapsulate some of your favorite memories. And also on top of that, you do get a chance to go check it out at our YouTube channel. Everything is an archive or VOD to be able to access. Just make sure to check out the playlists that are available to you as easy as pie. So thank you for being a part of it. Chat, as one last reminder, we'll just make sure that we enter that real fast. If you haven't already gone through your voting, it is available up until the end of tomorrow. We just basically want you to be able to do your All-Star votings. Make sure to check it on out. You can check out all the other fun stuff. Final results have been posted. Thank you to Typh who put that together. It is Star Road Superstars with a 14-4 record versus the new New York Mets in the playoffs format, or in the playoffs coming up. Best of 5 series. The Star Road Superstars will be able to choose first out of their list of stadiums. They can choose day or night. They can overlap if they so choose to. They don't have any restrictions on how many day versus night, just as long as they tell our appropriate folks that they're ready to go. Then on the other side of this, with the Bowser Conference, it's going to be the Wildwoods One-Uppers versus Ohio, who they ended up at 13-5 and 11-7. Great records nonetheless for them. Run differential actually for Ohio was 0 at the end of the season. Fun statistic to share, I suppose. It'll be quite an interesting outcome to see what happens between those folks. As you recall, Ohio did beat the Wildwoods One-Uppers previously. The new New York Mets earlier in the season also beat the Star Road Superstars. So the number 1 seed's got a lot to look out for. That doesn't mean that there isn't a potential chance to see some craziness take fold. Thanks again for being a part of a great adventure. Appreciate everybody who's gotten to be a part of such a very fun project that this has been. We're going to go ahead and wrap things up here. Say yourself, I love you very much. Do so. Thanks for being a part of such a great time. And we will see you next week for the All-Star Game and playoff competition right here at the Mania League.